Okay, hopefully that's all Gouda. Is this going to work? Please work. Please, 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 please work. Okay, we should be back. Cool. We should be back. Cool, 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 cool. All right, we are back with our first best of 5. All right, all right, all right. Spawning down in the bottom left, it is Vitality Zown in the yellow. And his opponent spawning up at the top right, it is Streamer Zone's Nightmare in the teal. Excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, so that did work. We are Gucci. Yes, we are Gucci. Okay, cool. Oh, it didn't work initially, but we're good. Ah, that did reset the viewer count. God damn it. Thank you, the raid, Cranky Ducklings. Appreciate it. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Former Deadlock Pro Gamer Nightmare. It is. It is, it is. Zown versus Nightmare. I mean, Zown should be the favorite here. Zown... Well, we'll see. Hang on, did he... Okay, no. Where's the other probe? It's just down in the natural. By the way, what are we thinking, Bruno, of the... What are we thinking of this setup, by the way, the teal versus yellow? I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty sharp. Obviously, we want to see all the matchups. We want to make sure that there's visual clarity for everything. Blue versus yellow is sharper, but I know that it doesn't necessarily match the branding as well. Adept Sentry is such a weird opener, by the way. We've seen Stalker Sentry. We've seen Double Stalker. We've seen Double Sentry. We've seen Adept Stalker. But I don't know that I've seen, like, ever seen Adept Sentry. Is that... What other combination is there? Is that all of them? Double Adept, Double Stalker, Double Sentry. Stalker Sentry, Stalker Adept. No, that's all of them. Yeah. Oh, does he shade forward for this? Yes, he will. He's far enough in. That's a nice little jump for Nightmare. Force field's going to come in. That was not a great force field. There was nowhere else for that Adept to go. I think it just guaranteed that he was going to get 2 probes. And I'm pretty sure he would have already anyways. These are the colors of your first apartment. That is a funny statement. That is a funny statement. What did I miss on YouTube? You missed the first part of the qualifiers. You missed a pretty sick series between Shin and Euthermal. Or, if you want a quick synopsis of someone from chat, Shin lost. You know, he messed up and drones died to a liberator at his gold, so that's all that happened in the series. Most people would say it was a sick series. Actually, you missed Thermal pulling off some absolutely nutty sick cheeses versus Koreans. Is it super choppy stream? It shouldn't be. There is a chance that never mind, normal now. I mean, you can always go back and take a look, Danny ID. We do have this proxy dark shrine. I was tabbed out, and I'm tabbed out again, so there might be something. Oh man, that's really, really annoying. Now that's a different thing as well. Okay. Well, we are on a new YouTube video now. So be it. All right, DTs. There is no Robo here. Nightmare is in some trub, but he sees the Shimmer. Force Field is good. Oh, look at this wall. Look at this wall. Look at this graph. Yeah, Zound just needs to get out of here. I would say you Force Field. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeehaw. Oh, that is what we call a defense. Clap, 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 clap. Defense. That was so slick. Oh, he wants to body block it. Can he get the wall? Oh, baby. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Oh, man, that was slick. It does when you tap out. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's choppy. It just drops the frame rate to 30 FPS. That is one of the biggest things that Blizzard could change in StarCraft 2. Why did we not ask for that? Make it so that it doesn't cap your frame rate when you tab out. That would be such a huge quality of life change that I don't think would cost anything. Or if you want to cap it at 60. Doesn't need to be 30. Nightmare fans wilding out right now, as they should be. That was sick. All right, we do see a Robo facility just finished for Zound. Nightmare already up to 6 gates. Zound about to be on 8, though. Templar Archives versus a Robo Bay. Was the Robo Bay scouted? It was. Nightmare, I've said this many, many a time, and I hold to it. He's got the best pure blink stalker micro in Korea. Ooh, that is... So, okay, people were saying that this was not going to... It wasn't going to be useful to do this. It is. Protoss players are already figuring it out. They're already realizing, yeah, you can get an immense amount of value by using the Observer Siege mode tactically. I really, really like that it is a give and take. It's a choice now. You don't just siege your Observer and let it sit. You actually have to think, is it a good time to siege my Observer? That was a great time to siege it. Oh, this is nice from Zound. He does get a bit of a jump on Nightmare. Ooh, nice blink out. Good retreat. Successful. Nightmare is ahead in the upgrade timing. He does add the second Robo. Double Hallucination Scout comes in. It is going to be 10 gates coming in for Zound. Zealot run by on the bottom side. We do have charge done for both players. Oh, looks like Zealot's just kind of splitting around. Looking... Oh, that's the deadest Zealot. No, I don't want to die. Oh, look at... Wow, he actually managed to choke them up. And good job from Zound to pay attention. Unblock himself. Zound right on top of it. Starts his next upgrade as well. But if we have, you know, heavy charge lot, heavy Archon count against Mass Disruptor, the Disruptors are going to wreck face. I would love, by the way, if we see a return to Blink Stalker Disruptor because of the change in cooldown. Blink Stalker Disruptor is so entertaining to me. I know that Protoss players may hate it, but that's a good thing. I'm not even going to elaborate. I'm just going to say that it's a good thing. This, I think, goes in the favor of... Oh, Disruptor. Okay, it does get sniped. Nice job. This goes in the favor of Nightmare initially. He gets some cost efficiency with this Zealot run by. Oh, that's a big concave here for Zound, but Nightmare says, I can just blink back. You can't chase me up the ramp. +2 weapons will complete in a moment for Nightmare. Peak PvP. It really is peak PvP. Disruptor. Oh, nice dodge. He's doing a really good job, Zound is, of managing these Ruppies. So far, they've gotten basically no value. Oh, there's that Observer Siege coming in. Gives a lot of vision here. Disruptor shot will be decent on the Zealots, but it wasn't the worst split I've ever seen. That's a big Ruppy, though. This was not the play from Zound on that blink forward. He tried to get in before the Disruptor count got out of hand. And it is, well, actually, can he keep going? He's got a lot of charge lots. He's got a lot of charge lots. Disruptor shot. Oh, nice split on the sentries from Zound and the Archon. Can he actually make this happen? That's a big Ruppy. 2 sentries, 2 stalkers. There's a cannon at this base. It actually takes out an Archon. That cannon putting in big work, barely surviving. Clutch defense. I can't believe how close Zound was to actually breaking through there. Like, way closer than I expected. Oh, would love an Observer Siege right now. Oh, he does it. Nice, 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 nice. That's what I'm talking about. Tactical moves. Tactical moves with the Observer. That gets the blood pumping. That's what I'm here for. I know it's a simple thing, but it's skill expression. That's what we want in our game. That's why this was a good change. That right there. Want to force them to do stuff they hate? No. You can't prove that. You can't prove that. No, it is just a super entertaining style. Zealot Stalker versus Zealot Stalker. It's okay. But Blink Stalker Disruptor, Blink Stalker Disruptor. Now there's a mirror comp that I could watch pretty much all day. The micro you can do, the battle for vision. Charge lots are still going to be good for Zealot run bys. If there's potential to still break players as they try and get up to Mass Disruptor, that's good too. The concept of going into Tempests excites me to try and counter the Disruptors, and then maybe even Mass Phoenix to counter the Tempest. I've seen that before. That's happened. PvP was better when Disruptor Wars were a thing. Man, this is kind of a sick game number 1 already. This Observer, by the way, of Zound sees so much. Also, slipping Observers around your opponent's army is going to be a much bigger value play. How does that not see the Observer? That's crazy. Oh, it does see this Observer, though. Oh, whose Observer sees first? Oh, looks like, wow, looks like Nightmare recognized it in the heat of the moment. That's very impressive. And he blinks forward, will snipe his opponent's Prism. He did get the Warp in, and has Blink on cooldown, but that's an expertly handled Disruptor from Nightmare. Managed to clip his opponent's Zealots without hitting his own units. However, he is going to get forced back from this position. The Disruptors are in some trouble. That shorter cooldown won't help if the cooldown is still not available. Archon's going to do very well against the flanking Zealots. He may get one Archon. Actually, can he get another? He does. Wow, did way better with the Zealots. Even got a sentry. But Zound with a massive turnaround. Ooh, Disruptor does get blinked on and taken out. Nightmare going to try and get out of here with these units, but he's getting chased so hard by Zound. Recall. Oh, only able to get out. Well, 2 Stalkers go down. Minus 2 Stalkers. During all this, Nightmare never took a 5th base. Zound, interestingly, as well, going up to +2 armor. The +1 armor I can kind of get. +2 armor before +3 weapons is very strange. Also, 7 DTs getting warped in here. And 4 of them are going to go down almost for free. That was very bad for Nightmare. Basically turns into a glorified scout. Now, these DTs on the 5th base will put in massive work. They might even kill the base. But Nightmare just lost such a massive lead going into this. That's a big blink forward into the Disruptor shot. Not the best here for Zound, but he is, I think, too far ahead at this point. Oh, DTs do warp in. They will be strong on the defense. Nice blink away, avoiding that disruptor shot. And the Immortal can survive it. DTs are undetected. They're going to work here. Oh, that disruptor shot did go. I think it went off. But I don't think it's going to matter here. Even if the DTs kill everything, which they are killing pretty much everything. Oh, no, he didn't save that one Archon. He saved the Archon and the Immortal, though. Nightmare just lost so much. He lost his 3rd base. I guess 4th base. We'll call it the 4th base. He's knocked back down to 3 bases. Lost a bunch of probes. Lost a huge amount of army, including the disruptor count he's been working on for a while. He's got a lot of DTs. There we go. He's going to morph them into Archons. I feel like that's kind of what he was missing, was the Archons to give his army the backbone and protect it. If Nightmare had waited until he was on a bigger army supply when he moved out, and he doesn't get caught without a prism, without any reinforcements, Zaun can't keep flooding into the army and overwhelming the disruptors with kind of the Protoss wave effect. God, what a bloodbath of a fight. Ooh, sneaky Nexus. God, what a sick game number 1. Actually, so good. Shin Spirit will not be getting played at the same time. No. No, if they try and play it, the match will not count. The match will not count. It will be played sequentially. Nexus is now back up and running. Very funny to see a depowered Dark Shrine. Oh, Disruptor shot. Does get avoided. Good job. Nightmare can still theoretically do this, but it needs to be big Disruptor shots for there to be a chance. Blink Forward grabs an Observer. There's 2 more with this army, though. Zealot's not going to be the best against the Mass Archon, now that Nightmare has. This is still winnable for Nightmare. It's really rough. Really, really rough. Oh. Okay, Disruptor does get avoided. I mean, Zealots and Archons. Like, if you look at the army, everything but the Blink Stalkers is exactly the kind of stuff Disruptors want to go up against. Now, I will say with only 4 Disruptors, it's very, very scary to try and deal with Zealots. Oh, speaking of Zealots, they're looking for a 5th base, but they don't know that this is a cheeky, cheeky base in the top left. This is such a great play. Oh, he sees the Observer. That's the other cool thing. I really like now that if you want to siege an Observer, you actually give your opponent information. You give your opponent information. People are acting like this was like some affront to Protoss. And I think pretending or saying that it's an affront to Protoss, that it's some massive, massive nerf, is actually just self-reporting. You're just telling people that I'm not good enough to micro my Observers. Disruptor shot. Gets a singular Zealot. But Zaun may have caught Nightmare very out of position now with this. And that might just be a dead Nexus before the fight even starts. Pretty much, yeah. That is very, very good. We will see the Immortal getting taken out. That's a pretty big pick. Nice little spread from Zaun, but he's got to be very careful. I think one Observer got sniped. Oh, that's a big Disruptor shot. Potentially good last-second splits from Zaun, but he is getting really choked up. Zealot's caught behind his own army. Is this the fight Nightmare was looking for? Recall coming in. Where did we recall to, and was that the right time to recall? I feel like he could have just walked away from that, but he didn't want to get blinked on. And he cut bait early. If you know what, that was a good call to recall. Yeah, because Nightmare doesn't know about this top left base. Yeah. I think that was a good call to recall. There's no Disruptors left. So it's got to be the +3 weapons going for the kill here. And I don't think he can do it. That Guardian Shield is helping so much in this fight. +2 armor is not amazing, but it's better than nothing by a lot. Good juggling here from Zound, saving a couple of these Archons. Blink forward coming in. That is going to be too much to handle. Archons stuck in the back, but it doesn't matter. Observer did survive for Zound, and Nightmare wins a 20-minute turbo banger. Damn. Damn. Who plays RTS so that they can micro their observers? I mean, it's... You are anti-toss, though? I'm not. I'm not. I'm anti-easy mechanics. Bum, 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 bum. The turbo banger. Heh. All right, we're going to run a... Disruptors look kind of weak. They did, but I don't think it was the Disruptors problem that made them look weak. I think it was really good engagements from Zound. I think it was Nightmare not having Warp Prisms with his army. I think there was a lot of reasons that looked weaker there. I mean, Zound managed the Disruptors extremely well for so much of that game. All right, here we go. Spawning down on the bottom left. It is Vitality Zound in the yellow. And his opponent spawning up at the top right for Streamer Zone. It is Nightmare in the teal. Did I say... No, oh, yeah, Nightmare obviously doesn't win. That's incredibly different, Ejozel. That's ridiculously different. That's such a terrible example. Because in your scenario, there's no drawback. I mean, there's so many reasons it's a bad example, but that's just one of them. Hey, think of the raid, Rex. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think the Observer change is amazing. I think it's a great change. And the thing is, people are acting like adding plus 1.5 vision to the range of an Observer is not a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a really, really strong change in terms of the actual vision. You just need to think about it when you use it. Literally the only people defending or like that are against the change, like the only thing you can really argue is that you want to F2. Nice block, by the way, from Zound on where Nightmare wanted to put the pylon. It's not the biggest of deals, but it's like, it's annoying. Look at that, he has to pull an extra probe. Has to sub out his units. Gets to see the sentry. God, this great little probe from Zound. Ooh, meanwhile, Zound gonna be able to get down the Nexus. The thing is, the Observer already got HP. It already survives a Corrosive Bile, which personally I think was a silly change, but I'm okay with it, generally speaking. Yeah, exactly, Gary Argan. It's a nice little shade forward here from Zound. Ooh, baits the probe pull. Good probe save, though, from Nightmare. Still, loses 2 probes. Has to lose a little bit of mining time. I would say it's most... The thing is, everyone F2s. I would like to see, to be clear, I would be okay with more Terran players being punished for F2. Like, Terran has a really, really easy time F2ing. You have that with Liberators, Widow Mines, Siege Tanks. Zerg obviously has some beneficial units for it in the form of Overseers, but they have a distinctive disadvantage of not being able to cloak. They also cost more than the Observer. They cost 25 less gas, but 125 more minerals. And if you lose them, that's supply. Now, obviously, they don't cost supply, so they're just fundamentally different units, for sure. We'd have both players opening up Blink. Pretty much the big move in this game, and it's not even that big of a move, it's just the move that has caused this game to be the biggest, is that Adept. Killed 2 probes, forced a little bit of lost mining time. We're going to see Nightmare trying to slip in with a couple of Adepts of his own. Zaun, though, I mean, he forced the Shade from too far away, so he's not going to be able to get in here. Even if you removed F2, I think it would still be a good choice to make the Observer change. Or just remove Observer Siege entirely. Would you rather just not have Observer Siege at all? That'll tell me a lot about what your opinion. This is a trap, Josel. If you fall into the trap, well, we'll laugh about it. We are going to see Glaives. Glaives and an Immortal. Glaives, after Blink, has become a lot more popular in recent days. Oh, okay, he did have to micro this around, it seems. I would have thought there was a gap there, but apparently not. Or the units just weren't smart enough to move around their own. So much hallucinated probe action. Oh, Stalkers baiting, or rather the Adepts baiting the Stalkers in. Zaun is going to lose a lot of Stalkers here. Oh, he does really utilize the terrain effectively, though, to get as far away as possible. Nicely done. If there was a hallucination used to grant high ground vision, that would have been a really, really smart move. Oh, we are going to see a Blink forward coming in. Is this the right call? I don't really think so. The Immortal is surviving for a very long time. Energy recharge. It's a little too late to save that Immortal, but that was so expensive for Nightmare. Zaun is now in a great spot. Really, really great spot in this game. That was a massive overcommitment here from Nightmare. Oh my god. 9 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, 2 Adepts for 2 Immortals. You know what? 9 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and 2 Immortals. That's it. The Adept probe interaction was a separate interaction. I think Nightmare just... I think he's dead now. I think he's just going to die right now. I don't know how you hold just the big swell of units that's going to be coming your way. Only thing is that Nightmare will have +1. And his opponent doesn't have that yet. Archons are going to be really good here against his opponent's Adepts, but Nightmare has also built a bunch of Zealots, which is not going to be good against those Adepts. Guardian Shield going to be, well, not the most helpful against the Zealots, but the Zealots will die so fast. Nightmare does... Ooh, he does manage to save the Immortal for a moment, but not long enough. It eventually does get taken down. He needed to pull it back just a little bit further. Zaun's got too much stuff, and we are going to see a 2-0 lead for Zaun forming up here. Well done. Zaun on the verge of punching his ticket into the qualifying match for the final spot. The final spot in the leading four. I actually think F2 is a very good mechanic. I think so. F2 is actually, in my opinion, really great for a lot of reasons because yes, it makes the game more accessible. It is a way of kind of showing differences in skill, but also it can be used like Observer Siege very tactically. You can use it to, if you're Zerg, you set up 3 sets of flanks. You F2, everything comes in, collapses from multiple angles. You can use it to grab spellcasters that are somewhere on the map. You can use it as Protoss with High Templar. You can use it with High Templar that you've spread around. Then you collapse them in, drop storms. It can be a really, really useful tool. If it's a chaotic base trade, where you've got units spread all over the place, you can use it to track them down. There's a lot of really good use cases for it. All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top left, it is Vitality Zaun in the yellow. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right, it is Streamer Zone's Nightmare in the teal. People think that for some reason that I hate Protoss, but I legitimately don't. I legitimately don't. I just want the game to be interesting. I want the game to be difficult. I use F2. And there are many times where I get bopped for it. I get punished for it. As I should. If I use it to, like, incorrectly, it's not a good thing. Realistically, in a perfect world, I'd be training myself to unlearn to use it as a crutch. Just to highlight your units on the minimap. Also a good thing. Yeah. No, I recognize that there's a lot of value for Terran to use it. I will say, I think that Terran, and this is one I'll probably catch a lot more flack for, but I think that Terran has been coddled a little bit too much with the F2 usage. I think that Terran gets away with using a lot less hotkeys than they should have to. I think the argument for not using Ravens has always been kind of a flimsy one. But I do think that there's a valid argument to be made in terms of the not being able to use F2 because you can't reorder your unit abilities. Or like, sorry, you can't customize the order of what units go in what order when you select everything. So ghosts, I believe, always take priority. Basically, it would just make things a lot more difficult to micro. And I would be more okay if they made it so that you could change the order of what appears first. But at the same time, should that be the case? We are going to be seeing, by the way, Nightmare takes the 3rd Nexus here. You know, that's probably what it was, Gotsoran. Flack, this isn't Red Alert. Nice. Nice. I was recently playing some Red Alert too. It was fun. Oh, other side of the map. Nightmare is going to be able to snipe a sentry. Zaun has just been playing super, super tight in this one. Honestly, I think that Bio should prioritize over Ghost and Control Group. It would be nice if there was a way to customize it. Because tab micro is actually, like, quite advanced. And it is really difficult for Terran to constantly be grabbing units. Like, of course, you can rally your barracks to the same position. You can do what Innovation did, where he hotkeyed a depot. He rallied to the depot. And instead of like F2ing, he would, or instead of an extra hotkey for what was it? Control group? No, sorry. Location hotkey. He would use a hotkey in order to jump to the depot, and he would grab reinforcements. And you can always do that. You can always just grab reinforcements. But it's a lot simpler than it sounds. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. It's a lot of chore. Now, I will say, Zerg with injects, that's a lot of chores too. Creep spread as well. Protoss doesn't have quite as many chores, and I think that's where a lot of frustrations come from with the other races. By the way, this is a little bit of a supply block for Zound. Not the worst one you've ever seen. It's only a couple of seconds. And if it was blocking pro production, which it was not for very long. It was for like maybe 3-4 seconds. Tab Micro sucks. It is, but the thing that sucks the most, I think, about Tab Micro is that it's really difficult to execute cleanly, and there's no way to see it. You know? You can't tell that someone is really good at Tab Micro. There's no indicator for it visually. The only way you could know is if you literally ask the player or watch over their shoulder. So that kind of sucks. Now, obviously, with like Zerg, for example, you know that they're going to be good at the game if they can control Infestors, Vipers cleanly. Because and those are going to have to be on two separate hotkeys. We do have Blink done for both players, by the way. Oh, Blink forward coming in. He wants the sentry. He will get it. Very cute little move from Zound. Going to get him the advantage of having sentries now. Blink forward from Nightmare into the Guardian Shields. Does Nightmare have enough to keep going? He is up in Stalkers. Ooh, good blink back. Zound with a very cute chase attempt. There was 3 Stalkers that were all deep in the red. One of them was already regenerating shield. It already had enough to survive single shot. But there was 2 of them, I think, that could have been sniped there. Now, Nightmare did add a 4th gate proxy. This is something you can absolutely do while expanding. But, well, actually, no buts. Nightmare's he's in a pretty good spot here. Now, if the rocks were dropped on this, they would break, I believe. Because the gateway has more than 500 HP. This would actually be really funny. The rock tower does 500 damage, so it would literally knock out the shields. But the rocks would get deleted. Fun fact, a lot of people don't know that. You can build a hatchery, for example, on, like, where could you put it? Like, can you put it here? If you put it here, would it block it? Yeah. And then as long as it gets up to 500 HP, you can drop the rocks on here. The rocks will break. You don't have to break them in their form where they've, you know, finished. And then you can cancel the hatch. Now, the use cases for that are not super... There's not a lot of use cases for that. But it's a cool move. It's a very cool move. I would say the biggest use... Oh, hold that thought. Nope, he just gets the kill. He loses 1 probe. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, a lot of adepts coming in for Nightmare here. He is going to lose his 8th gate. That's a nuisance. And the rock thing does not matter at all. I mean, this is not a matchup where rocks are the biggest of deals. It's also not a map where rocks are the biggest of deals in these positions. It's kind of too bad. The concept of this, like, being like an arena is a really cool concept, and I'm sad we don't see it used almost at all. I almost wish that the watchtower blocked less of the gold. Like, maybe you put it, like, here. So it's still... You still lose a little bit of efficiency, but not a crazy amount. Now, in theory, as Zerg, you could expand here. I'm actually not sure. Oh, okay. That's going to be a big jump on top of this army from Zound. He's been so decisive in this series. And Nightmare, who's a player that is traditionally really, really sharp in these battles, he has gotten caught multiple times by just the ferocity of his opponent. There's only 1 immortal in this army for Zound. Guardian Shield this time is the advantage to Nightmare. There is the Zealots, though, running by at the 3rd. That's a really nice little play. Oh, 1 adept shading forward. Zealots will get some damage on the other side. Oh, it's a blink forward in on top of the Immortal. He will get it, but this is a great concave from Zound. Zealots are going to get melted by the Adepts of Nightmare. Guardian Shield is helping out Zaun a lot in this fight. Can he punch his ticket into the next round with this? Adepts, of course, are not going to be the greatest fighting units. Did he? Well, I don't even know where he just shaded. Did he cancel the shades? I think he did, actually. Yeah, and this is a hold. This is a hold. Neither player getting a forge. And even though Adepts do very well against those charge lots, Zaun did not go crazy on the charge lots. He built a lot of them, but he went heavier into Blink Stalkers, and now it is a big supply lead. Oh, even snipes his opponent's Prism. They're trying to get sneaky. Zaun has all but done it here. Yeah, I don't really see a world where this doesn't end up as a victory for Zaun. Just with how he's been playing. It's not even that the lead is like impossible to overcome. Great concave, by the way, out of Zaun. Really, really nice. We do see a hallucinated Immortal. He tries to target it, misses it, does kill it eventually. But he will get the real Immortal behind it. Zealots, oh, they're actually getting cleaned up by the Adepts pretty quickly. However, I just don't think he's quite got enough to defend Nightmare. That is Zaun. Still, once again, with some good micro, will blink forward, snipes the last Immortal, and GG gets called. Zaun is now just one series away from making it into the top 4 for Stellarfest. The leading 4 getting that paid trip to the place, Ottawa, for the $15,000 Canadian LAN finals. It's a $10.8 thousand USD. Just to be fully, what's the word? Transparent. Hockeying and splitting off units is Terran is sad. It's tough. It's tough. Hey, welcome, Ahilan. First time here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your passionate work all this time. It's my pleasure. I hope you get the reward you seek one day. You know what? I'm getting to do what I do. And that's already a pretty big reward. You know? Maybe one day we strike gold, we make it rich. But for now, I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I'm going to take a couple minutes of break real quick. We're going to run 3 minutes of ads. We do not want to get any ads during the next series. Hang on, did we... if you do want to support, of course, on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. Both of those things help a lot. Actually, if you could like the other video as well, that would be super, super cool. We do have to set something up real quick. This is kind of weird. This might be... This might be strange. All right, yeah, we just gotta stretch our legs. Oh. Why did that... Okay, I think I just forgot to update this. ZBT best of 5 semi-finals. Okay. Give the man some money. I mean, who says no? Would be super duper awesome. Okay, this is like the first high-level best of 5 ZBT, I think, that I'm casting on the new patch with something really big on the line. So hopefully we see some cool stuff. Hopefully we see some new stuff. Why can I still not run an ad here on Twitch? Okay, there we go. There we go. It just came back off cooldown. All right, cool. I'll be right back. Okay. Bum 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 ba-da-dum. Oh wow, Shin. Wait, did he? So he let Spirit. He let Spirit pick server. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Shin to beat Spirit in under 20 minutes, right? Am I going to be at the live event? I am going to be at the live event. Very much looking forward to it. Bruno, if you are in the chat, do we have ticket sales available for Stellarfest? Stellarfest. I mean, Ottawa's still got a decent population, I think. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Oh. Oh, we don't have... Okay. Yeah, right? Glad you enjoyed that, Thermi. Glad you enjoyed that. That one... We were all chuckling about that. I wonder if he's still here. I'm sure we chased him off. The funny thing is, I was gonna, like, take my foot off the gas on it. If he had just been like, ah, you know what? That was a pretty good series. But instead he was like, you Thermal got lucky with some Liberators in game 2 and you're talking like it's a good series. Like, I don't know, man. Why do you not want to enjoy this? All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top right. It is Shin for Weibo Gaming. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left. The last non-Korean from Poland. It is Spirit in the teal. Yeah, teal yellow is a pretty nice look. Ticket sales page not totally done. My bad. Okay. Will the finishing touches be done today? Not to put too much pressure, not to put you on the spot, but that's exactly what we're doing, quite literally. Calling my Majestic comeback lucky. How dare he? Yeah, right? I was actually looking at it. It wasn't a terrible situation. Okay, it was a very unpleasant situation for you in game 1, but it wasn't, like, as bad as I initially thought. And I'm sure as bad as it felt. That must have felt so shit. Your opponent has a gold base. You have just a few unstimmed Marines. Like, the Liberators were such a good choice. That's something I didn't even highlight, which is obviously my bad on the... Oh, Reaper is going to go for the deny. Okay. He will start Ling Speed as a result. Does he double back? Of course he does. Of course he does. You're always going to double back. Yeah, no, that was my bad, not, like, highlighting that the Liberators were a really, really smart choice. That's exactly. Apparently, that was the only thing that happened all series. It was crazy. I thought a whole game of StarCraft happened during that, but apparently not. I do like this from Shin. Is it in time to actually do anything? Oh, look at that. He gets the... Oh, he gets the double deny. Very, very nice from Spirit. Okay, I like this move, though. Counterattacking with the Lings when your opponent goes for this. Reaper will have to be sent home. He could get all 3 Lings on this reactor, but I mean, you're realistically never going to kill it unless your opponent massively screws up. Strangely, we don't see the Reaper being sent home initially. But Shin ultimately does get the hatch down. He's going to resaturate the gas in the main. Little supply block, but it's not the worst block of all time. Honestly, if I had a nickel, just to be an advocate right now for SC2 Expert for a moment. If I had a nickel for every time I had a take that on paper should have been right, and it didn't work out, and I doubled down on it, I'd have a fair number of nickels. It's easy to forget that me as the streamer, I have a big advantage. I get to talk in live time, in real time. By the way, this is a nice little drive-by. Oh, 3 drones already going down. Very good start for Spirit. He did have himself in a really good position. He actually let himself out of it. 2 more drones went down. Wait. Did I miss them dying in the natural? I must have. I swear only 3 could have gone down. 5 drones is quite good for that. That is quite good value. Oh, Overlord will get into the main. We'll be able to see. Yep, 3rd CC. No surprise there. I do like this angle to come in with the Overlord. You just shoop around here and then up the gut. Obviously, you can also come this way, loop around to the top, and then come in from the top too. Does he see the cloak? Yes, he does. Now, it could be speed, but knowing that your opponent's researching something, specifically knowing that they have a tech lab, is good information. Oh, is that engineering base before additional barracks? It sure is. It sure is. It's a greedy play, and it's a damn good one. Are we setting up a depot wall here? Is this going to be an 8 racks? This feels 8 racksy. He did go for a lot of Hellions, by the way. 9 Hellions in total, which is obviously a little bit of an oopsie. Not getting either 8 or 10, but this has strong potential to get huge work done. However, the Queens are going to be enough to deflect this. We are going to see Shin going for the Spire. He says 5 seconds faster, 50 minerals, 50 gas cheaper. Sounds like my kind of game. For some reason, he's almost Zap Brannigan in this scenario, but like not quite. Oh, that's a kill on the Banshee. That's not worth 2 drones. Definitely not worth 2 drones. Now, big problem, but also potentially relatively good situation for Shin is that his Evo chambers are going to be late with this. Oh, Queens. Oh, he's going to get the kill on the Banshees. That's big. That's really, really big. So, part of what makes it very difficult to play Mutilating Bane is the upgrade differential. But you are oftentimes going to be behind in the upgrades when you play Mutas anyways, unless you go for very late Mutas. So, by going for the Spire and the Mutas first, you should be down in upgrades, yes. But you will also basically the timing of the 2-2 is almost always going to be against 1-1 anyways, especially since he's gone for the very fast double NG Bay, faster than normal. So the fact that he's going to have 1-1, assuming that he starts the +1 melee right away. There we go. Okay, he was just short on gas. But assuming that he has that in time for the 2-2, which he absolutely will, not the worst thing in the world. Now, there's obviously going to be a much, much bigger 1-1 versus 0-0 timing. That's the scary part of this. Hellions. Oh, this is a very far commit from Shin. Meanwhile, it's going to be a drop on the top side. This is a huge potential for Shin to clean this up very efficiently. But can he get the kill on this? The answer is going to be yes. And he's also going to save the hatchery. 1 medevac will be a bit of a decoy. Hellbats on the right side looking for denial on the 5th. Spore Crawler not able to save this. Good positioning on the Marines here. He gets 3 drones. Really wasn't expecting that at all. Kind of more value than I would have ever thought. I think that was... Did he cancel that? He got a 4th drone. Damn. Nice job from Spirit. Meanwhile, Thor's behind this. Do we have a 4th CC? Yes, we do, and it is landing already. Spirit was very late to start his 2-2. He was focused heavily on that attack. Because, yeah, he didn't actually get the craziest fast double NG Bay. But it was still pretty quick. And the 2-2 actually starts later than a standard 2-2 if everything was hunky-dory, there was nothing crazy going on. Now, was that good for Shin, the way he revealed those mutas? Pretty good. Killing the first push, killing the first 2 medevacs, not bad at all. Gives him a lot of map control. It's going to be an infestation pit. He's got Overlord speed on the way. Sensor tower going to get taken down. Tokamak is a good map for relatively defensive play from the Terran, but it's not a Ghost River. It's not a Crimson Court. It's not the kind of map where it's like, okay, you really can't do anything. Is it just me, or did the Thor only fire 1 missile? Is this me learning for the first time that the Thor volley is not linked up? I thought it would link up if you fired the shot. Like, maybe Spirit moved the Thor and it's similar to like a Banshee thing. Huh. That's interesting. Shin so far has not lost a muta, which is obviously very good. 2-2 on the way. +1 Flyer Carapace. Oh, man. Mutaling Bane. I've missed thee. I've missed thee. Now, will we see this for the rest of the series? Not necessarily. To be clear, Spirit is also very good against Mutaling Bane. He is more than okay building a billion turrets. Getting those late-game Engineering Bay upgrades. Really playing the long game. But we've already got a Hive most of the way done. Is Spirit going to try and hit a 2-2 timing? If he does, if that's the goal, he's got to be moving out pretty soon, but it looks like no. Ghosts, reminder, they are 2 supply again. They're light, but they're also, you can build a lot more of them again than you were able to. There's so many changes. I'm so happy to have this series here. Nice snipe on another sensor tower. I think that was just now the first muta going down. No, 2 mutas. 2 mutas have gone down. Oh, we're going to see the Hellbats at the front, tanking very effectively against this. This is a bit of an anti-timing for Shin. He does back away from the tanks as the Banelings get in range. Marauders are going to tank very effectively, but this buys Shin the opportunity to snipe the command center. He gets it. Nicely done from Shin. Only 4 mutas go down. Yes, a lot of Lings. Yes, a lot of Banes. But the mutas, they all survived. 11 more drones. Are you serious right now? Shin. Wow. We were already on 91. 85 to 90 workers is usually what you want to be playing when you're playing a tradey Mutaling Bane style. 100+ drones? That's a little bit too many, I think. We also might actually get to see the new Broodlord in action. The bug-fixed Broodlord. Spirit, by the way, did do a little bit of an oopsie. He made a Bionism. Oh, are we going to drop the rocks here? Snipe does get used. He'll kill 2 mutas with that. Not bad. This is worth, by the way, because it, not necessarily sacking the mutas for it, but generally it's a good move. Because it does... Oh, can he... Oh, he breaks the leash. Nice job. It deletes minerals. Deletes mineral patches. And that's a good thing. Trying to deny the Terran's economy is not easy. Spirit does repair up this gas. For a second, I was wondering, will he remember to do that? +3 weapon starts up for Shin. He has not started the +3 melee. Does have adrenal glands on the way, chitinous plating, and that greater spire. Feels like there's always... Oh, there we go. There we go. I was going to say, it feels like there's always something that we forget. So many things to forget, honestly. So many things to keep track of. Shin is... He's got some decent creep spread. He hasn't been prioritizing... Oh, my God. Okay, that damage on the mutas was a lot. Snipe coming in. Pretty nice. Second Spire being added on. And it is that +2 air weapons. Is this... No, that was just +1 vehicle weapons there. Okay, that looked like a lot more than 4 mutas died. Shin, once again, on 100 drones here. Oh, wow. Look at the ebb and flow. It's actually super close to even in terms of the mining. Changelings. Did Shin F2 these Changelings out of his opponent's position? We're going to see an attempt to deny this 6th base. Yeah, I think this is the right call from Spirit to try and back away from here. Oh, but the tanks are a little bit far away. Ghosts do get wrapped around on, and they get melted. Just enough banelings to finish off that planetary. Can he get the kill on this command center? If he does, that'd be big, and he gets it. Now, a lot of mutas are going to fall. There was a missile turret free-firing this whole time. So many overseers, by the way, as well. Shin has spent just about everything. He's got 18 more mutas in production. He's going to lose this base. So, or not. Spirit had the base kill, but he decides not to go for it. I mean, a lot of this army was low on HP. Shin gets away with one there. Yeah, he shouldn't have been able to keep that base alive. I love the spore on the outside, by the way. Shin, 25 larvae in the bank. Not a crazy amount. No macro hatch, I don't believe. Oh, I love that he's not mining this base. He's prioritizing outlying bases. Shin is he is a third cut from. I'm cut from the same cloth as Shin. I'm just a much lower quality cloth. The advanced ballistics did complete. We just now see the building armor start up. Oh, if he gets the Ghost Academy, that'd be pretty nice. Not the craziest expensive building. Liberators. You want to be using these to fight here. Not necessarily. Was that a medevac or a tank? I think that was a tank. Spirit controlling this very nicely. Not getting baited out with those Liberators. Okay, that queen took an awkward route, we'll say that. Lot of mules getting thrown down here. Both players starting to build up a big bank. They were very poor for so much of this. Something aesthetically pleasing, by the way, about 100 drones and 100 army supply. Not necessarily the best play overall, especially with 20 meters. There's only 60 army supply that's really designed for fighting right now. Thing is, banelings are very supply efficient. And that is obviously something that Shin is taking advantage of. But by mining out as much as he can from this bottom right, it is really going to make it more difficult for Spirit to secure more money as the game goes on. Oh, snipes coming in. Only one of them actually connecting. Resources lost is definitely in favor of Spirit in a pretty significant way. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, Spirit, let's not nuke our own base, please. That was scary. Was that a fake out, though? Did he just do that to just scare Shin and make him look around the map? I think he did. I think he did. Oh, if that was the play, that was actually kind of cute. When you're on, like, 8 bases, which Shin is on 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About to be 9. He just lost his 9th, but he's replacing it. It is difficult to check all your bases. A couple of units do get picked off here on the front line. This is going to be a long series, isn't it? Ooh, that might be a good jump here for Shin. He's got all his units over here on the side. Not a ton of tanks. Ghost does cloak up. It will get taken down very quickly. Planetary Fortress does fall. SCVs mostly getting saved. But that was an acceptable trade. Meanwhile, big switch into Corruptors here. It's going to be a Brood Lord Swaparoo. Although, will he actually get the chance to do it? There's a nuke coming in. These banelings will complete before the nuke goes off. Spirit's got to be careful about not running into his own nuke, potentially. Oh, but it actually gets a Corruptor. Okay, that's kind of nice. 250 resources for that. Not bad. Shin, I don't know if he can take this fight. This is not really it. Vikings have been added on. +3 flyer weapons has completed. It's 3-2 on the mutas and Corruptors. Is there enough to actually clean this up? Yeah, there's like no anti-air for Spirit. Oh, but the Liberators, they do unsiege. They're going to do very well here. Despite the fact that they have no attack upgrades, they did way better against the mutas than expected. Yeah, that went way better than I expected. The mutas are +2 carapace against no attack upgrades. Oh, he doesn't manage to finish off that one Liberator, but does chase down a few of them before that. This still goes very well for Shin in the aggregate. Very well for Shin. Now it's going to be the Ultralisk switch. This should be a dead base unless Shin decides to disengage, which he will not. There's not enough Marines. They weren't even stimmed. So I like that decision. I think Spirit is in huge trouble right now. Huge trouble. Shin still has a massive economy. He's taken the bottom left base. Gonna retake this base. This has been such a beautiful exhaust play setup from Shin, and now the Ultra Switch is gonna be a good one. He knows his opponent was anticipating Brood Lords with that Viking play and is not prepared to deal with the big space cows. What a game number one. Shin gonna knock out his opponent's 6th base? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Oh my god, the repair. You're kidding me. 3+3 Ultras can't get the job done. If he had clicked down some of the SCVs, reduced the repair just a little bit, maybe he kills that base. Now, all of a sudden, Shin's gas bank is gone. He needs some gas. Ooh, this double drop on the left side on the base that Spirit was actually trying to take. Pretty nice. Shin is very far out of position. This will be a dead base. Yeah, no saving it. And he can't even punish these medevacs if Spirit gets out right away. Which Spirit should. Oh, that poor Marine. Well, two hapless Marines not able to make it out of there. But killing the base is nice. Shin. Okay, we're building a lot of static defense at these newest bases. We're not overmaxing on supply, are we? No, we're just literally turtling up this base. Microbial Shroud. Burrow. Infestors added in. This will be very good if he can get these spells off. Snipe's going to try and come in. They do kill the first Ultra. Not targeting the second one or third or fourth or any of them. Microbial Shroud trying to come in. Ultras are getting kited back, but a lot of the ghosts are low on juice. However, this base does get saved. Corruptors. Ooh, can they kill this command center? It is getting low. They're starting to get repaired just by a couple SCVs. Sub 100 HP. He gets it just barely. Spirit losing 12 SCVs during this. He is running out of moolah. Running out of cash. He's fully mined out of this 5th base. Just a little bit of gas here. This base getting low. It's been muled heavily. This 6th base still has a decent bit of cash, but not a crazy amount by any means. Oh, and these spines on the top left. Very helpful here. I mean, you got a huge mineral bank. Why not? Why not dump it into spines? But even more important, why not? Why not take more gases? Shin's gas economy is hindered, we'll say. Man, what a sick game this has been so far. Ooh, these tanks are getting caught on siege. I think this might be the death knell here. Spirit very much caught unprepared for this fight. Ghosts get off a couple snipes, but not big ones. Liberators have to siege and then unsiege. The Corruptors are too strong for them. Orbital Command going to get killed on the ground. Not a lot of resources left at this base. 245 minerals, 190 gas. But it's still a command center down. It's more influence on the map lost. We do see Spirit killing one of Shin's bases. That's good. But if he doesn't get out with these units, that is not worth it. And he is going to get out with the units. Good job. Good save. Shin. Okay, he did lose all in infestors. Hang on, this might still not be over. Oh, but that's a lot of lings in the natural. Siege tank trying to hold the line. There's 4 tanks here. One of them gets taken out very quickly. The other ones will also get blasted. There's +3 vehicle plating. That's why these tanks are surviving as long as they are. A lot of drones, well, actually, will get left to their own devices. Did he ever get... He never got the high-sec auto-tracking, the range. He got one of the late-game NG Bay upgrades, but not the other one. And he actually does lose both of his engineering bays, so he almost certainly won't get that. And in fact, he won't be able to build more... Oh, never mind. He builds another NG Bay. So he does recognize that he lost it. What did I just hear? I just heard something. Shin is still... he still has not put this game away just yet. Spirit securing another base on the bottom right. This is, honestly, this has got to be the biggest priority for Shin. The lack of gas mining. If Shin loses this game, it's because he's not mining gas right now. Not in a meaningful way. He just started mining some more of these gases. He's going to move a bunch of spines to this forward base. Oh god, the great giraffe migration. The giraffe starts its lonely migration off the creep. Oh, and it's made it onto the safety of the creep. Excellent stuff. And we can see the giraffe beginning its beautiful burrow, going to stick its massive neck out of the ground. Spirit, if he secures this base on the right, this is huge for him. So big. Yeah, Shin is doing like a lot of really good work, but he has not won the game by any means. Not by any means. And we do see Spirit getting in towards 2-3 for the air. He's almost got the full upgrade complement. Shin is not going for any ranged on the ground. Oh, Baneling bust. This is, well, a little bit awkward without medevacs here. There's 2 now, but it's going to be a full wraparound on this army. Oh, he does pick up one of the Thors, managed to drop it back out. Shin will completely camp his opponent's production if Spirit doesn't do something right now. And he's going to be forced to bring everything back. Burrow is done. Scan is necessary, I think, to make sure he doesn't get burrowed baned. Not to mention burrow infested. There's a lot of burrows. That would be a big problem. And there it is. He is going to give up his main. Now, how many orbitals do we have? We got 3 orbitals here. Getting +2 ship weapons would actually be a really nice find. Base on the top right has been mined pretty heavily. This could end up coming down a little bit. Like we could see a big factor for Spirit being the fact that he didn't kill this base when he had the chance. Because the resources Shin's going to be able to get from this base are, well, they're pretty substantial. Oh, +2 ship weapons. It's... Oh! Finished by like a quarter of a second there. Snipes. Oh, not able to kill that one ultra. Good changeling usage here from Shin. I haven't highlighted it, but he's been doing an excellent job with those changelings. Only one of the 3 orbitals went down, by the way. Spirit is definitely in huge trouble, but he's not dead yet. Now, is this the time, after killing some of the production, forcing a lot of it to lift, forcing some of it to be rebuilt even, is this the time to go Broodlords as Shin? It might be. Not a lot of Vikings on the field, but more so than anything, Shin catches Spirit out of position, will be able to take down the base on the top right. There is an infestor here. Drops... Oh, a bird infestor drops a fungal, but is it going to be enough to continue forward with this? There's a lot of ghosts behind this Shin, going very deep. Can he actually get this done? It's going to be pretty expensive for Shin. Both players still have a decent amount of money in the bank, but it is a lot more money in the bank for Shin. 20 SCVs do fall. There's still some alive. What did I just hear? I don't even know. This is still an advantage for Shin. Oh, wow. Resources lost is super close, actually. Damn. Concerned with how many CCs he's making. He did add on a few more CCs. Oh. Oh, scan. Wow, I did not realize that infestor was just barely still in. The turret swinging just in time, it looks like. We're going to see an attempt to break this once again. I don't know if this is the right move from Shin. He's going for it very hard. He will lose all his ultras. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, it is going to be a Broodlord switch now. Scan comes in. He's looking for the follow-up tech. There it is. Does he go for this? Snipes coming in. Fungal growth is okay, but he loses both infestors. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is Shin in some trouble right now? Spirit is trying to get on top of these broods before they complete. He gets one cancel, but he's not going to be able to close the distance entirely. Vikings getting left to their own devices. Shin forces Spirit to retreat completely, and this will be a denial on this base. And 28 minutes into it, I think Shin has finally taken more or less complete control of this game. There's not really going to be a good answer to the Broodlords right now. 6 ghosts, 2 Vikings, and no cash to speak of for Spirit. He's barely mining at this point. Okay, this is not the same change they made to the Broodlord. This is the first time I'm seeing it. They're not the... So they're definitely more responsive, you can tell. But they're not the crazy change that we saw before on the previous patch. They're a little better, but they're not crazy better. Spirit going to try and make his last stand here around his static defense. Well, I guess not even static defense, buildings. Tanks will do pretty well in a choke, especially with Bio behind. But Spirit is now below 100 supply. He may save this base. And snipes are good, but he's out of energy for the most part. Maybe 2 snipes left. Planetary does fall, even though there's orbitals here ready to replace. Even if Spirit gets the kill on all these Broodlords, Shin still has so much cash in the bank. And it is going to be a game 1 victory for Shin. My God. Did he ever have to work for it, though? Do we hit the 30-minute mark is the big question. Spirit thinking maybe that Shin doesn't have as much cash in the bank as we know that he does. That's the only reason he'd be staying in this game. But this next wave of reinforcements should be the final nail in the coffin. Planetary Fortress falls. GG is called. 29:57. Time of death. But we're just going to call it a 30-minute banger. Very well played by Shin there. Spirit digging his heels in like crazy, but not able to hold on indefinitely. Indubitably. Damn. Reminder, of course, that Spirit is a late game specialist. He's really good at it. And Shin, it's not his favorite. Thank you, Kanoya, by the way, for the raid. Appreciate it. Still, very well done there by Shin. Very, very well done. Exactly, Romnom. All right, we're going to run 30 seconds or a minute and a half of ad. And if you want to avoid it, please subscribe. Ultra Love. Ultra Love going to be the map. By the way, they brought back the vintage cups from Tim Hortons. I got baited, but I don't care. After this, I do think we'll give a little bit of a break to the players, because whoever makes it into the qualifying match, even if it ends up being, you know, Shin and he wins the next 2 games quick, which I don't think will happen. I think Spirit's going to really make him work for it. Even if that happens, that's still going to be a pretty exhausting setup. We'll make sure that we want to make sure that the players, like Zaun will have had a lot of break. He got a quick, well, not the quickest 3-0, but he got a relatively quick 3-0. We want to make sure that whoever wins this is not feeling super stressed, you know? All right. Let's get into it here. Game number 2. Spawning down on the bottom left, it is Shin for Weibo Gaming. And his opponent spawning up at the top right, it is Spirit in the teal. Spirit is a turtle specialist. He is really good at it. And he is also a big fan of this play. He's going to be command center first. Command center first. Very good. Very good. Now, what are we going to see out of this? This is the kind of situation that, I mean, Spirit goes CC first so often. There are very few Terrans who do it as often as Spirit. I actually think the only other Terrans that I can think of that actually go CC first are Maru and Byun. No, Bunny does sometimes too. Bunny does sometimes too. Yeah. But not super often. Just normal, ordinary 30-minute TVZ. No, because the Banelings No, that's the first time we've seen a game like that. The ghost change to light made them much, much squishier. Much squishier, especially versus banelings. Well, only versus banelings, but it's a big difference. Oh, we were going to see a Roach Warren there. Will we still see it? Oh no, Prime membership protection team. We didn't process your payment of this amount of money. Please click this link so that you don't have your Prime memberships do the... Just give us the credit card. Give us your credit card info. Give us your credit card info and your social security number, insurance number. Whatever country you're from, whatever you just give us your data. Sign us the deed to your house. Oh, thanks, email. No, I'm actually okay. I love scam emails. They're something else. I mean, yes, ghosts were nerfed this time, but they were also buffed. The ghost light tag is one that's been, I would say, a really long time coming. It's been a really, really long time coming, but they did get their supply increased once again. There's going to be a Roach Warren behind us, but this will be a defensive Roach Warren as opposed to the aggressive Roach Warren we saw prior. Or sorry, that not prior. I mean, yes, prior versus Euthermal, but in a different scenario. But what I was referring to is the Roach Warren wireframe that we almost saw. It would have been a very, very aggressive play. I think you need more than 5 Broodlords to make them an effective tool. Shin had like 7 or 8, but they were very, very late when Spirit was way too broke to counter them effectively. Like way, way, way too broke. They came in at a perfect time, realistically. Like, Shin really played that out fantastically well. Oh, are we going to see an attempt to drive by? Nope. Roaches will start up. Shin has been a big fan of Fast Infestors off the Roach and +1 Carapace play. He's used it to have some good results against, for example, Clement. A little bit of a missed opportunity right there, by the way, for Spirit. He didn't get the denial on this one creep tumor that he could have. It is a 3cc Hellion Banshee after the CC first, so Spirit enjoying a nice economic play and getting away with it. Hey, think of the raid code bar. By the way, interesting to build a Ravager here. Usually we just see Roach. Usually it's just Roach. But it's 3 Roaches and a Ravager. Is that some weird specific breakpoint? I mean, I think that's enough to one-shot a Reaper. Yeah. But so is 4 Roaches. Okay, it is going to be 1-1 on the Roaches here. Not going to be the single Carapace. Will we just see a huge Roach play? Oh, no transfuse coming in from these Queens, and he loses 2 of them very quickly. Roaches were not in position. Spirit not doing really anything with his initial Hellions, kind of lulls Shin into a false sense of security and then pulls the trigger all of a sudden. Grosabile going to connect on this? No. Good job from Spirit. Gets out of there. And that's a very effective little play. Ooh, nice little wall here from Shin. Does he have enough energy to transfuse this? No, he was just shy. Oh, he can shoot the drones from behind the wall. Wow, very cute little move. Only gets 2 of them, but that's still nice. Nice value. Shin did add on a bunch more drones during all this, by the way. So it's not going to be that 66 drone massive commitment. He's getting the Infestation Pit. Microbial Shroud. In a battle, a pitched battle, people have said that Microbial Shroud looks very strong against Marines, especially on the Roach Ravager. Man, that Marine was cool as a cucumber. It's just a massive amount of debris came flooding down on him. He was like that orc in Lord of the Rings that I'm totally pretending to not know the name of, but it's Gothmog. He, like, spits on the debris.
Your base is under attack.
I always found it weird that they chose an orc that clearly is, like, orcs are supposed to be fearsome creatures, like, devastatingly powerful. They chose one that's, like badly wounded. Nice snipe on a couple of Ravagers with these Marines. Very cute. Very cute little move. 7 drones going down. Does cost him a Banshee, but that's pretty decent. Shin is going to be going for the +1 melee, Bane speed, Ling speed, +2 Carapace. So it's going to be Roach Ravager, Ling, Bane. Maybe Viper Ultra? Likely. 8 racks is good versus basically everything. It's extremely good on this map in particular. We are going to see a Corrosive Bile getting dodged. No 8 racks. Spirit. Spirit is so macro-coded, he won't even 8 racks on Ultra Love. Shin is ahead in the upgrade timing once again. Well, not once again, but Spirit not right on top of the upgrade timing here. Where'd the Banshee go? Not too sure. Bane speed not yet done. Tanks are in a good setup. Bane speed will complete in a moment. Oh, that's a lot of Marines stimming forward here. Shin gonna try and take the fight. He's got a good surround setup. There's that Bane speed kicking in. Oh, Baneling's hitting tank. Not what you want, but he takes down the tanks relatively quickly. This is still a good fight for Shin. Oh, that one Baneling getting the last little patch of creep to almost connect with the Bio Army, forced to pick up. Very nice. But on the bottom side, it's a denial on the 5th base. He's going to get a couple Overlords here. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Ultra's Cavern coming in. This Roach in the main base. Looking like Gothmog from Lord of the Rings. Bit of an idiot. Just derping out, not helping at all. Fungal growth. Oh, that's a good fungal. No chain for it, though. And Spirit will be able to get out of there as soon as that fungal disentangles. And it's 13 drones going down. Ultralisks do start up. No chitinous plating yet. Very important upgrade. There we go. He just was shy on minerals for a moment. Spirit is continuing to push forward. There are some units here on the side. Ooh, it's an attempt to snipe one of the Banes. He gets it before it gets the biggest connection. Corrosibile's trying to connect on the tank. Will be able to take it down. Spirit is being very aggressive into a player that wants to be fighting. That's a bit of a problem, especially with the lateness of his 2-2. He's actually fighting with an upgrade disadvantage and has been for the last little bit. But feeling like maybe he can out-multitask his opponent. Problem is, Shin is now maxed. And Spirit has been throwing away a lot of units. He's going to try and land and secure his 4th CC. Shin just now resaturating the gases in the natural. Oh, this drop did find the final Overlord from the bottom side. Shin making a ton of Banes. He is going to go with his first charged up Viper. The one Infester from earlier. Does it have any kills? Yeah, it's got 1 kill. Not going to have Microbial Shroud. It's not been researched. But chitinous plating. Single Viper. Single Fungal. Will that be enough? Oh, this Spore Crawler does get the kill. That's a big kill on this Medi. Can the 1-1 Queen here win the fight? Hold that thought. Does not matter at all because we got a big attack coming in. Spirit was caught completely unsieged, totally unready for the fight. Blinding Cloud coming in on the back line. Gonna get the one tank that was getting set up there. Spirit in huge trouble. Roaches in on the 3rd base. Ultras, Lings, Banes, Ravagers. A Depot Top Hat is not gonna work here. Banelings blow through the wall. It's an attempt to drop back into his own 3rd base to fight against the less destructive army. But a fungal growth lands. This gives up the main base. Spirit does not manage to force Shin away. He does kill the natural expansion on the other side of the map and a few drones. But these Ultras are not going to be stopped. A nice depot wall. Very cute move from Spirit. Not only for supply block avoidance, but also just to give the Ghosts and the Bio something to hide behind. Is there a tank here? Something is shooting real hard, and I can't find the tank. Oh, it is. Oh, wow. It's hit him. He does manage to get a... Did he get the EMP? Can Spirit actually hold here? He survives this Ultra. There's the Corrosive Bile finally taking down the tank. +3 weapons, by the way, was forfeit a long time ago, but it just now gets killed as it's like 85% done. Spirit actually does survive. What a fantastic cleanup from the Polish Terran. Shin not actually outmining his opponent by a lot at this point. He's ahead in economy, and he's about to have one more base up and running, and another one getting ready to get set up. A lot of drones, long-distance mining. Shin still has a very powerful follow-through. Oh, would love to see a transfuse on it. This one Viper. It did survive the entire escapade, let's call it. Spirit adding Liberators. I think those are a great choice. Not a lot of Ravagers here. He's going for the counterattack. It will get deflected. Spirit is once again very good with the multitasking here. The counterattacks. Ultralisk Cavern was taken out. A siege tank gets taken out as well. Another one will get blinding clouded. Shin doesn't know about this top left base. If he just went there, it's a free base kill. Blinding Cloud is going to be good on this one tank, but oh, he doesn't finish it off. Throws a lot of Banelings into the tank. Shin, we have to realize there's a base set up over here. Oh no, if he loses because he doesn't realize there's a base over there, that would be so sad. Counterattack of Spirit will get met by Shin. Base. This command center flew all the way over to the right side from there, I think. Wow. 23 SCVs going down. Ooh, bad route on the way out by Shin. He loses an extra Ultra as a result and quite a few Banes. Okay, Shin is finally gonna... No, he's looking for this base. I mean, there's a sensor tower here. He's got to know.
Show me those skills.
Oh. Thanks, Diva. Shin is now, I would say, quite far ahead in economy. Did he get Adrenal Glands? He did not. This is a big upgrade. He is, of course, super, super broke. Like, both players have been spending crazy amounts of money. Good job from Shin to be in position basically every time against these armies. That is a kill on the Ghost. It did not get its snipe off against the Ultra, so the main value is that it cost a couple Banes. Oh, Fungal Growth! It's a double kill on the Medivac! So many units inside! Battle report not telling us that it just killed 2 full Medivacs there. Fungal Growth gonna come in. That's a really nice little move here. It's an empty Medivac, but the other 2 were not. Corruptors being added on. That's gonna help deal with the Liberators. This base on the top right. Oh, man, that was such a sick Fungal. Such a sick Fungal. Shin is playing so well today. He is so dialed in. +3 melee coming in. No +2 missile. I mean, there's not a crazy number of roaches left. And it's not like they're your big damage dealer, per se, in this army. Okay, is Shin going to finally go for the killing blow on this base? He does have a Burrowedling on the right side. He's gotten back up to 76 drones as well, which is a really nice little move. Shin looking for a counter drop with this Corruptor squad. This attack will come in. There's a crazy number of Banes. He can just click the planetary and just retreat on out there. The base goes down. Obviously, there's an orbital immediately ready to replace it. But does that necessarily matter? We do need to see a repair coming through on this command center. He's got plenty of time for it. He will do so. Good usage of changelings to check for the rotation. And of course, he does spot it. Shin is so close to closing out this game, but Spirit is not going to let him have it for free. Spirit saying, you got to come kill me. I'm not just going to tap out. I'm not going to run to you. I'm not going to make it easy on you. You have to come kill me. And it's not like Shin has had the biggest bank for this entire game. It's not like he's had a ton of moolah, ton of cash. Oh, that is a dead infestor.
Mutation complete. Nice strategy.
Nice missile turret there. Spirit just finished that missile turret. Good job to be thinking on your feet. Obviously, you know, it's not the craziest thing, but it's easy to forget to do those little things. And if he had, Burrowed Infestor sneaks up on his army potentially. Maybe he just ends the game. Lands a big fungal. Oh, there's no medevacs. This is just going to be a dead bit of bio. Shin pulling the one Ultralisk that was being targeted down away. We are going to see +3 melee complete in a moment for Shin. He is going for the Broodlords once again, the Greater Spire. And, well, once again, Broodlords being a relatively viable option for Zerg is a good thing. They don't have to be world beaters. They don't have to be super imbo. We don't want to see Broodlord Infestor return as a totally dominant composition, but having them be just effective units is good. Broodlord Infestor sitting behind this. We are going to be seeing tanks getting a little bit abandoned. They get some good shots on the Banes, but Spirit is forced to retreat. He doesn't have enough to hold the position. He may eventually clean this up if Shin goes too far. Yeah, Shin takes a lot of hits from the tanks in the back line. That was a pretty good fight, honestly, for Spirit. I would say very good fight, in fact. But a very good fight for Spirit is still a fight where he's trading behind in this game. Shin. Oh, is a Broodlord Morph the right call? He maybe needs units right now. Spirit is scanning ahead. He's looking for those Broodlords again. He just missed them with the second scan. He will kill this base. If Spirit rotates to the left side and kills all 3 bases there, this is maybe okay for him. Fungal Growth, though, is going to come in. Spirit wants to set up. He doesn't realize that the Broodlords have morphed in. This army of spirits does not want to be fighting this. Oh, no. These units rallying into a bunch of spines. They were shift commanded in. Spines are going to get a lot of cleanup. Meanwhile, Broodlords will be able to push the army back. It's only a... No, he did get 2 bases. He did get 2 bases. He didn't get the freshest one, though. And Spirit was so far behind, he needed a minimum of 3 bases, and I think to basically save everything. I don't know that there was really a way out of this for him, but the best chance was for him to recognize that it was Broodlords. Kill this base, kill this base, kill this base, and get away. Even then, this base on the bottom right is still set up. We do have Marauders coming through. Spirit is going to try and get a kill on this base, but Shin's too close to being in position. Snipes will try and come in on the Broods, only getting a couple of them before the Bane Ultra rolls back in. Tanks are going to go down. This army on the bottom side is just trying to retreat for dear life. Fungal will connect, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG is going to be called, and Shin takes it in 20 minutes this time. Well done by Shin. Spirit, once again, really making him work hard for it. But excellent job by Shin. Yeah, Spirit needed to do something. He could not... He had gotten to a point where he could not just keep absorbing attacks and hope for the best. Once again, he was not trading efficiently. Oh, look, Infestor Broodlord. Yes, Infestor Broodlord with no Ultras, no Banes. Yeah, no one is saying that you can't have Infestors and Broodlords be a viable composition, a viable combination. What people don't want to see is only Infestors and only Broodlords. And regardless of what the Terran or the Protoss makes, you just make more Infestors and more Broodlords. That's what we don't want to see. And we didn't see that. Not sure if it was recoverable for Spirit at any point. It was going to be really, really tough regardless. Thank you very much. Around then, bam, for the Tier 1 resub at 5 months. Ghost did get changed to supply. Yeah. I mean, it did come at a cost. Once again, big thank you to Ursa TV for putting on this tournament. Oh. Please follow Ursa TV, I guess, on Twitter for the announcement for the tickets. Hey, thank you, Hyper Bear, for the Prime resub at 12 months. Thank you, thank you. Once again, if you are enjoying the stream, would massively appreciate a follow. Oh, we just missed it because it was, you know, the first half second of the game. But that was a really nice split from Shin on his drones. Let's see what timing of a hatch he gets. Spawning up at the top right, it is Shin in the yellow. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left, it is Spirit in the teal. I want to see. He might get a 43-second hatch with this. He's not... Is he microing his drones? A little bit. A little bit. It's going to be a 44, I think, at the latest. If it's later than... Oh, hello? Oh, well, if he pulls an extra drone, it won't be. In fact, barely a 45. Yeah, he's anticipating a proxy racks play, but it is, in fact, the command center first once again. Shin is so sure his opponent's proxying him. This is kind of worst case scenario for Shin. Yeah, I would say it is worst case scenario for Shin. Oh, but if he plays gasless, okay. Well, then that's not so bad at all. Oh my, is this going to be a gasless 3 hatch? Well, against CC first, that's very good. No. No, it's not. Maybe? What are we doing here? Are we... Okay, it is going to be a gasless 3 hatch. Okay, cool. That's good. That is a good play. Are we take... Okay. Oh, I haven't seen something like this before. That's cool. And he's going to see a CC first in a moment. Oh, that's really neat. Now, what is the plan going to be with this? He can represent a 2-base opener. That is something that Zergs have been doing a lot of recently. Solar, Shin, Serral. The Triple S. Yeah, this... Okay. I am intrigued. Yes, tanks in siege mode can no longer be abducted. They now have the hover ability. This is so interesting. Oh man, I'm really, really intrigued. Spirit, by the way, has not yet seen... Well, of course he hasn't seen the bottom right. He didn't see that there was no gas taken. Oh. We do see a wall getting set up by Shin. Reaper gonna jump into the main. No? Oh, does he go for this? Grenade will knock away one of the queens, but he doesn't go for it. Okay. I was gonna say, there's no way he checks bottom right? No, literally no one ever does this as Zerg. No one. And of course, it happens on NA ladder, I'm sure, 6 times a week, 6 times a day. But NA ladder isn't real people. People like me. Complaining about stuff that's just, you know, Battle X Imba. The Cyclone lock-on's the only reason I'm not 6K. You gotta make fun of yourself, you know. If you don't, who will? This is such a cool play. This is such a cool play. Fast +1 Carapace, relatively speaking.
Add-on complete.
Oh man. The other thing, so part of the reason we don't see this is that creep gives so much away here. Like, oh, nice block on the Hellion drive-by. Beep beep. Carbot, anybody? Spire. Very cute. Very cute. Oh, don't get baited. Don't get baited. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Hellions? Okay, I was gonna say, you definitely gotta kill that. Yeah, the Hellions only need to come up to, like, here. But look at how close they were to seeing this, and they just missed it. God, I love this so much from Shin. This is so freaking cool. Spirit will not expect Shin to be capable of what he's going to be capable of here. Oh, drive-by into the natural, but there's enough roaches. Good defense. The thing is, Shin doesn't want to chase this too far. Oh, he keeps getting so close. He keeps getting so close. The Overlord positioning from Shin is quite nice too.
You've evolved your Zerg.
What? What did Diva just say? Did she just say Asa? Oh, Hellions. Two of them do get killed off. There's only one left. Scan comes into the main base. He's looking for the Spire that just finished at the natural and just popped out the first 5 mutas. 5 mutas, the magic number to one-shot an SCV. There's a missile turret in the main. That's a really random turret, but it's going to end up being a very good turret for Spirit. This random turret. Shin, unknowingly to Spirit, has a very good setup. That is a very late armory, by the way, for Spirit. Very, very late armory. Now, will this trigger a counterattack? It's only 5 mutas, but it could get Spirit to get very aggressive, thinking that there's not going to be as many units because, well, it's a late 3 base, right? Very late 3rd base. You can't afford mutas. It's ridiculous to think you would do this, Shin. 4 base. Nope. Chuck Testa. The creep is so slowly making its way forward. So far, not a lot of SCVs have gone down, which is to say 0. And he won't even lose 1 here. Not a single SCV going down. Baneling Nest on the way. We've already got a Hive started up. +1 missile going to complete shortly. It's a pretty fast +2 Carapace, reasonably speaking, relatively speaking. Roach speed done. That is a lot of bio here. A lot of Marines. Flank Roach Ravager. Not necessarily the best setup here. Shin is going to have to give up this base. I mean, ley lines, this is a really good position to fight around, especially with a relatively small amount of creep. Spirit just went balls to the wall on this. He just said, you're not ready. You're not ready at all, my guy. Oh, but that's a tank. You do not want to lose a tank for free. It's very expensive when Spirit is as committed into this setup as he is. Oh, drop into the main.
Attacking a creep tumor.
Well, it's going to run into a couple of mutas. Oh, Shin. He does lose one of those mutas. Bane speed nearly completed, but not done just yet. Medevac number 1 will fall. Banelings do connect on the other, or well, on a good number of Marines. Oh, that last volley of the mutas will get the job done. +2 Carapace is going to complete in a moment. Bane speed not yet done. Stim expires at a very awkward moment. That Bane speed is moments away from completing, but it's not done just yet. Shin is expanding to the bottom side here. Of course, he's got this base. Roach Ravager. That one Baneling that was still alive does get a good connection here. Tank's a little bit clumped up. Corrosive Biles finding a lot of them. And that is a good cleanup against the tanks, but 13 drones go down. There's no medevacs. And there it is. He's finally going to find this base. We'll get no damage against it functionally. Mutas. Oh, can he kill this spawning pool? He wants it. He's going to switch to the mutas, though. We'll find 2 of them. There's only 2 left. Now he's going after this base. It is mined so many resources, but it is pretty undefended for the moment. He loses quite a few drones, does Shin. But Spirit, the lateness of his 2-2, it's been a problem in this series already. Oh, look at that. Bug to creep. Huh. Weird. +3 Carapace on the way. +1 melee just completing. Ultralisk Cavern about to complete. +2 melee now started up. Good job from Shin. Will he go for the adrenal glands? Will he remember? He hasn't spread this creep tumor, by the way. It's been here for so long. This is... This is something. When Spirit is turtling so much, why doesn't he play mech? Because you have a lot more say in how the game goes with Bio. There's a lot more plays you can make. This base will go down. Spirit is on 4 bases. He's just now taking it. Muta does get sniped before the pickup. Good job by Spirit. That was a target fire on that. Hey, there's the creep tumor spread. One creep tumor forward. 1 creep tumor, please. Oh, Viper's got to be careful. Parasitic bomb. No. Got to be careful with these Vipers. There we go. There's a parasitic bomb. I think it'll kill one of the medevacs. Good job from Spirit to not load up into the one that was going to die. Drop on the bottom side is deflected. First Ultralisk is going to hit the field. Ghost Academy just about to complete. Almost no Marauders on the field. Literally 1. Spirit is not ready for Ultras yet, but the Ultras are not yet ready to fight either. They've gotten their chitinous plating, yes. Not a lot of them. Only 2 on the field. 1 more in production. 2-3 upgrades are getting close to completing. But to be fair, 1-2 versus 2-2 is the same as 2-3 versus 3-3. I mean, technically, the Ultras upgrades scale maybe a little bit better with their attacks. But it's the armor that's the big deal. No Infestors. It's just the Vipers. Vipers are fully juiced once again, though. Oh, this will be a barely saved Bioforce. Big drop in the main base, but the singular Ultralisk should be enough to deal with this. Spawning pool getting taken out is a big deal. Blinding Clouds on 6 tanks. Oh, 2 Blinding Clouds. 6 tanks not firing for the majority of the fight. They only got, I think, 3 shots total there. And that should put the final nail in the coffin. Another big Blinding Cloud going to connect on 2 more tanks. They wake back up. In a cold sweat, +3 attack will complete, +3 armor gets denied. Baneling's into the mineral line. Shin is on the verge of punching his ticket into the qualifying match versus Zound. It's gonna be a 3-0 if he closes this out, which is looking very likely. But he had to work so damn hard for it. Spirit really, really made him work for it. Ultralisk will go down. Corrosive Bile's going to dot the map. They do get a medevac kill. The drops finally going to get cleaned up here. Ultralisk giving some very unwelcomed hugs. 12 kills on that Ultra. There's 1 more base alive. So it's not completely over yet. Spirit is going to fight on it till the bitter end. And, I mean, there's been a lot of instances where he's been... Like, if Shin had fumbled the defense on some of the counterattacks more than he did, which he hasn't. He has been quite good against most of the counterattacks. We could have seen a very different story. Very different story. But it hasn't really happened. Spawning pool, by the way, was rebuilt almost immediately, which is obviously good by Shin. He did... Yeah, he got the Ultralisk off creep speed upgrade. Ooh, base on the final, on the bottom right, finally going down. This triple drop with the counterattack, though. Parasitic Bomb, I mean, it doesn't kill the medevacs is the unfortunate thing. You need double Parabomb, or you need Parabomb plus Corrosive Bile, single one, or Parabomb plus double Fungal. or 2 slightly overlapping parasitic bombs and a fungal. Corrosive Biles do take down the base. There's a lot of Ravagers here. Ghost trying to snipe the Ultras. I don't even know if he was able to. I think we saw an EMP on the Vipers, but they'd already... I mean, there's already too much to fight here. Still good. Still good to EMP the Vipers, make sure they can't get off any big spells. Corrosive Biles, can they find this base? Oh, the repair is going to try and come through. It will save it for the moment. It is burning. 2 more Biles. 3 more, I should say. Will kill this. Base goes down. Counterattack deflected again. Spirit is trying to make the game messy, and he is making it a little bit messy. But not messy enough to win it. Corrosive Biles. Oh, they actually do connect on another medevac. Fungal Growths. That Fungal Growths plus 5 more Ultras. That will almost certainly be the final nail in the coffin here. Do we have Burrow? No. No Burrow, no Adrenal Glands, but plus 3 melee is going to complete. No Infestor ready to pop out from this base. That's a very quick dead Ultra. Yeah, the Marauders still do work against Ultras. There are the Infestors. Shin is not maxed out. Oh, this is a cute little Ultralisk run-by. Something you don't see very often. But, I mean, this might end up being just a couple of very expensive losses. Loses 1. Second one does survive. There is Parasitic Bomb energy on these medevacs, and these ones are wounded. So if he drops the Parabomb, no, he's not able to get it. Spirit does boost away. You can see that there was a shift-click command set up by Shin, trying to make that happen. Shin has remaxed. Where is the Silent Guardian Ultralisk? Oh, the one with 12 kills died. There's another one with 10 kills. Shin, 3 more Ultras in production. Spirit is really fighting tooth and nail. Fungal Growth. No, he's going to be able to snipe one of the Infestors. But now that we're up the ramp as Shin, he's going to drop a Blinding Cloud. The Bio Army's getting forced so far back. Still, though, Spirit manages to keep his army from crumbling, from being completely ripped apart. And he got a lot of the Infestors there. That's an okay-ish fungal. Pretty good. But it's not going to end the game just yet. That's a much better one. Catching 3 of the Ghosts, I think, or at least 2 of them and a couple of Bio units. Shin is still trading, which is what he's looking for. He has never had... This is the least cost-efficient game he's had so far. And it is still almost dead even. He is playing very, very well against the Ultra Turtle defense from Spirit. Now, Spirit never really got a chance to set up the Ultra Turtle in this game. It's been too much constant fighting. And specifically not finding out about that base was a big problem. Now, attacking up a ramp is maybe not the best move with Ultras and Ultras, Lings, Banes, Ravagers. But it's still Spirit running further and further, or falling further and further behind in the economy. 20 more SCVs have gone down. Let's take a look at the income graph. How many Ravagers will go down? Just the one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the last little bit, like 3 minutes ago. Shin took a huge eco lead, and since then it's been pretty much all Shin. Does Spirit spot this? Yes, he does. Oh, that's a good spot right there. That could have been a game-clinching Infestor. Spirit is actually like oh man, can he snipe this base? He could just click it, but he is getting attacked on the other side of the map. He's going to try and defend here. Corrosive Biles will find, well, one of the tanks. The other one just went down on its own. Ultralisk able to kill the rest of the Marines. Fungal Growth does catch a couple of Bio units. Spirit, now Parasitic Bomb landing on the medevacs. He gets a good split away. He's been holding on to the ledge by his fingertips for so long, but now I think it's too much. There's no detection for these Ghosts, which is very awkward for Shin. They are out of juice for the most part because they can't snipe, but they're still unable to be hit. Oh, one of them running out of energy there. Corrosive Biles will get mostly avoided. I mean, the army supplies are still very close. Like, I still think Shin is completely in control of this game. But I really thought we would have seen GG called by this point. Oh, does Parasitic Bomb kill this from full HP? Yes, it does. 111 HP. He elects not to drop it, though. He doesn't check the HP, it seems like. Wants to go for something. Oh, nice abduct on the Ghost. There is an Infestor behind this. It could land a big fungal. He will go for the fungal. Corrosive Biles not going to land. Oh, my God. One of the medevacs surviving on 5 HP with a full payload. Oh, is that going to be? No, okay, I was going to say, if he loses the last of his army to a Spore Crawler, that would be so painful. Orbital Command dies on the ground. I mean, Spirit's been fighting with one arm this whole time. There's the fungal growth. That's going to finally clinch the game. GG. Shin. An exhausting series. It has to be said. An hour and 10 minutes. But he gets the job done. Very well done. Is there any Drunken Master of SC2? No. I don't think you could play SC2 in a drunken state. All right, we are going to run a few minutes of ads. The games of this qualifier have been really entertaining. Yeah. Yeah, they have. Hey, thank you, Airlo, for the 5,000 bits. Wow, thank you so much. Huge support. Thank you very, very much. Damn, I've never even seen that. Oh, God, that's such a cool animation. It's like a diamond. Damn. That is freaking awesome. All right, we're going to run 3 minutes of ads, at least. Damn, thank you very, very much. I thought the Drunken Master was dark. Oh, yeah, you know what? If you were going to say there was a Drunken Master of SC2, you would say Darker Hero. Surely. But the thing is, it's like... Oh, that's so unfair to them to even say Drunken Master. You know, like, it's so much more than that. There's so much more than that. All right, grand finals. Cost about 90 CAD. Yes, but I very, very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. It's 50 buckies USD to me, which is, you know, a lot. Will you be the in-person live caster at the Stellarfest? I will be one of multiple in-person live casters, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Who's Hero Shirley? Nice. Nice. Enough to farm some herbs in LOL and WoW? Nice. Nice. Are we playing retail or are we playing classic? Or possibly what's the other one? The other one? All right, Zaun versus Shin. Oh, man. These are the games that we live for and also that break my heart. Because one of these players will end up making it. One of them will qualify. We'll get the paid trip to Stellarfest. I am Canadian, yes. Yeah. But I get paid in USD. Like by Twitch, that's how Twitch qualifies or calculates. But yeah, one of these players will qualify to Stellarfest. Paid trip. I didn't make this clear, but it's paid flight, paid accommodation, obviously. I didn't make that clear, and if any of the players were like, well, you said paid flight. Obviously, that's my bad. It is a paid accommodation as well. But yeah, one of them will end up falling short, which is obviously the painful part of StarCraft 2. For me, Shin, there's a few reasons that it would be really cool for Shin to win here. Obviously, he has had some great results. Actually, you know what? They both have a pretty compelling story. Zaun is one of the best players currently playing StarCraft 2 to not ever have like a big offline tournament result. And Shin had a really good showing in a lot of world championships, but at EWC this most recent year, he was up against Solar in the lower bracket qualifying match. Winner made it to round of 8. Loser went home. Tournament life on the line. He went down 2-0. Clawed his way back in game 3. In like an epic game, honestly. It was super, super scrappy game. Game 4 went his direction too. I don't remember. Was it game 3 or game 4 that was super scrappy? Doesn't matter. He won 2 really nice comeback games. Games 3 and 4. Game 5, he loses his 3rd hatch almost immediately. Which in ZVZ is almost a death sentence. So hard to recover from. But he manages to claw it back. Manages to actually make it an even game. Just barely doesn't manage to defend a big attack from Solar that was pretty committed. And, yeah, pretty rough. Wait, when did Zaun win Home Story Cup? Oh, shit. When did that happen? Oh. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. When did that happen? What does it say? Awards. Gold Series Team Championship 2020 Fall. He got Best Protoss. Oh, okay. That's what it means. Results. He's gotten 4th at a Home Story Cup. GSL Super Tournament 1, he came 2nd. He came 2nd in GSL Super Tournament 2 in 2021. Came 2nd in both of them. ESL Pro Tour, detailed results. Okay, yeah. No, the most recent one. Oh, man, okay. Yeah, he did. He did. That literally just happened. Okay, well, that's something. What are we doing? Yeah, he did do that. Yep. When nobody was present. Maybe that's why I'm not thinking that it was that big. This is a best of 5. This is a best of 5. By the way, Indy is streaming with delay, right? Bum, bum, bum. All right. Qualifying match. Here we go. Last player to get a paid trip and accommodation as well as qualification into the main tournament for Stellarfest. Stellarfest going to be taking place, as you can see in the bottom. There we go. November 4th to 9th. Main tournament will be 7th to 9th. There's going to be a LAN qualifier. Tickets will be going on sale hopefully very soon. Hopefully very soon. Thank you, Cold Cola. Awesome. All right, spawning up at the top left for Vitality, it is Zaun in the yellow. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right for Weibo Gaming, it is Shin in the teal. Yeah, I forgot that Zaun got the dub at Home Story Cup. Man, poor Showtime. He has had two very close calls when it comes to winning Home Story Cup. Very close. No hero wall getting set up here. Shin, one of the best players at killing opponents in the mid game of ZVP. Steadfast should host a tournament called Steadfast. Yeah. Yeah, I just need a really big budget, and I'll do it. I'll do it. It does cost a lot to run an offline tournament. And that's why I am so appreciative that we're getting one with a live audience. Like, it's you're going to be able to buy tickets. You're going to be able to join the fray. There's also people are forgetting about this, or not even forgetting about it. I'm forgetting to talk about it. People aren't forgetting about it. I'm the people. Man, really nice pro harass from Zaun. Very, very annoying. There's a $5,000 Canadian prize for the LAN. Prize pool distribution will be, I believe it's going to be top 16. We've kind of gone back and forth, or it's been discussed. Hasn't been 100% finalized, I don't believe, just yet. But it will be a LAN prize, and top 8 qualifies into the main event, which is pretty sweet. Steadfast sounds fun. Yeah. In Germany, we have Stadtfest. Stadfest. I wonder what that is like. Okay. We're going to see a Twilight Council to start things off. Zaun going to try and set the tone with some shenanigans. Surely, yeah, it's going to be Adept into Stalker in that case. That's exactly what we're going to see. Thank you, by the way, Ezra Lade and Fielka92 for the follows. Appreciate it. Shin going to be able to get down the third hatch here. Zaun did not go for a hatch block, obviously. Shin does seem quite locked in. Oh, Sentry. Hello? Stalker going to push this away from the natural gases. I mean, seeing a Warp Gate first and seeing the Stalker should let Shin know that there is a likelihood of either, well, of a Twilight Council opener, specifically. Either DTs or Resonating Glaives. And Zaun does tend towards the Resonating Glaives. Now, will we see a 330 Roach Warren? I mean, obviously not. It's 330 and we don't see a Roach Warren. Will we see a Roach Warren relatively soon? If we don't, this is big trouble for Shin. Like, real big trouble. There we go. There we go. 345, close enough. The Sentry is such an interesting choice. Is he going to try and force field the ramp to let Glaved Adepts get into the main? Will be a double gas play from Shin. It's not going to be that that dark 3 Ravager play that I am so fond of. Nice little play from Zaun right here. It's a couple lings. That's First Blood. First Blood. Gained the lead. Lost the lead. Are we going to see a quick Creep Tumor? Well, relatively quick Creep Tumor in the main in order to connect up this position. There we go. Love that. That makes it so much easier to deal with this kind of play. Zaun is the kind of player that will go for an all-in behind this, by the way. He will heavily commit. Thank you. It's you, Mario. Yeah, he will do a 2-base all-in off this. 100%. With Immortals 8 gates, you know, he'll commit. He'll commit hard. For now, he is not building an immortal yet. Oh, it is going to be that sentry on the ramp. Nope. Ooh, and roaches, got to be careful. Going to be a lift up potentially. Interesting, he drops 2 of the adepts, does not show the sentry. Good job there from Zound. Shin is doing a really good job of managing this, of not making any mistakes. He's lost a roach. Obviously, that's a little bit annoying. But 42 drones, 3 gases. Has not built any spores. Just now starts one in case the DTs, or it's a DT follow-up. Will be Blink behind this. This is something I wasn't really expecting. Blink right away, 3rd Nexus. If Shin went for a heavily committed counterattack, would this be... How would the defense be handled? Are we going to see the Adepts? Oh, he actually loses vision of this creep tumor. So it recloaks, basically, and survives. That's funny to see. Is that 1 immortal or 2? Yeah, 2nd immortal just popped. Blink is a ways away from completing. Gates are not super fast. Shin is going to go for it here with just the hatch tech. He is a little bit supply blocked right now, but it's not the worst block in the world. Of course, the Adepts are going to be very good. Ooh, against these Lings. Corrosive Biles break the force fields. Ling wraparound on this would be very big. Oh, this could be huge. Corrosive Bile's going to land on the center mass of this army. That is a good set of Biles. Hot pickup's going to be good. The Lings pull away. No force field on the natural. Now he drops it. Corrosive Bile's doing pretty well. Shin is going to drone behind this. But how much damage can he get done? It needs to be a lot. Corrosive Biles. Oh, they kind of were hoping the army would run into them. Doesn't really happen that way. Not a lot of probes falling just yet, but a few are starting to go down. Adept will barely go down, but the Immortal's going to make sure that no probes fall behind it. Corrosive Biles do turned off 2 of the gateways here. And the shield battery, but that's not the biggest deal. Blink is close to completing. Shin, no layer. That's a big problem for him. Blink, can he get some of these Ravagers? No. Shin will successfully get on out of here. Now, there was an opportunity for Shin to deny the 3rd Nexus, immediately drone out of it, and not commit to that attack. Instead, he went for the run-by. And he didn't get as much value with those run-bys as he... By splitting them up into different bases, trying to get a kill move and wipe out 2 minerals lines at once, it let Zound defend with less units in each location. And it let him take advantage of the position more. But Shin still gets himself ahead. Layer has started up a little bit ago. Just under a minute ago. Doesn't even take a minute, so it's relatively quick. The main problem right now for Shin is that it's going to take a while for the roach speed to kick in. But as long as he starts roach speed, bane speed right away, he will have those upgrades relatively quickly. He still enjoys an eco lead. Oh, was that a snipe on a creep tumor? Yeah, it looks like it was. Maybe 2. Will Shin just try and go for it with a big +1 melee attack? It is going to be a Colossus. Okay. Zound going to be very important to start up Extended Thermal Lance, and he does exactly that. Gets the charge upgrade as well. Both players were playing very late upgrades. But that +1 weapon's getting fired up as well. We could see a really... Oh, that's a lot of force fields. That might already be enough to tell Shin, my opponent's playing Colossus. Normally, you're not going to make that many... sentries unless you're playing Colossus. 4 cannons getting fired up, by the way, for Zound. He is anticipating a big follow-through, and he's right. There's going to be a huge follow-through. This timing for Shin looks very, very strong. There's that Bane speed, +1 melee. Roach speed. 2nd Colossus is not yet done. There's 4 Immortals out. Oh, these Stalkers are in some trouble. Force Field's going to try and save them. Not going to be the easiest thing. These sentries took the worst angle to approach this army. Very fortunate. Is it off?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. It won't do anything here. Okay. Sorry, guys. We are going to be seeing Zound surviving this very scary timing. Before extended thermal lance, before charge, before that +1 weapons completes. Shin did add a couple more drones, but not a crazy amount. He's still very committed on a, well, very layer tech army. Zound will get the +3... Sorry, not +3, the third Colossus. Oh, Banes on the top side are going to get cleaned up very efficiently. That was quite expensive. Sounds expensive. Infestation pit. Okay. We're going to try and tech out of this. But Zound will want to try and get something done right now. Will Shin be able to get the engagement he needs? He needs to not let this army sneak up on him. Force fields are going to be very, very scary. Double hallucination. This looks like there's 5 Colossus in the army. Shin has no idea that this army is coming. Oh, he is so far out of position. That's going to be basically a free base kill. No, don't take the fight like this, Shin. This is not the fight for Shin. Corrosive Vials come down. Immediately, the force fields are replaced. These Banelings are doing nothing. And the Colossus are absolutely swiping their way to victory. GG. Shin getting caught completely out of position. And Zound takes game number 1 just like that. That is an army that you need to have a pretty much full surround against. All right. If you can't go teal, that's fine. Nope. All right, we're going to remake for the colors. Obviously, that's good. That's good, that's good. Man, very unfortunate for Shin that, yeah, he just got caught so far out of position in a game like that. All right, minute and a half of ads real quick. Actually, just a minute. With stream delay, you won't miss anything. All right, Tokamak going to be game number 2. We demand their face on camera. Nah, that's okay. Nah, it's okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's not fiance fast anyways. It is someone you don't know, but you might know. He said weirdly, mysteriously, as if it was something, knowing full well it was nothing. Anyway, spawning down on the bottom left, it is Vitality Zound in the yellow. And his opponent spawning up at the top right for Weibo Gaming at Shin in the teal. That is the kind of game that Shin does traditionally very well in. The mid-game heavy game? Yeah. But the attack he made, it was delivered with lethal intent. And it did not get the kill. It did not deliver the killing blow. And that's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. We gotta have some water. I've been having coffee, but... Once again, going to be a gateway scout out of Zaun. Shin just made one bad decision trying to defend that base. I would argue it was more than just the one bad decision. I would say he didn't manage that counterattack as well as he needed to. Also, if the corrosive... Because so I said the corrosive biles hit the center mass of the army. They actually could have been even better placed. They were... So the army was like here, right? He kind of put them on the side. If he put them like right dead center or just better targeted, basically, with the surround. Could have been a very different scenario. He also disengaged with the lane. Like, I think he maybe could have just... He maybe could have just won the game there. Not sure. Not sure. It's hard to say. But either way, well done. Buys out. Well done from him. The Colossi were a great choice. He recognized that Shin was going to be playing Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane. And yeah, Shin, the big problem was not seeing the army coming. Like, that really hurt him. He is dead when he all in. He needed to do more, I think. Actually, I wouldn't even say he needed to do more. He didn't do as much as he could have. Yeah. Witcher 3 stream, let's go. Let's go. All right, it is going to be a Stargate opener this game. I will say there's something about losing a game like that takes a bigger, I would say, emotional toll on a player than if your opponent has just opened up Stargate. Because even though I don't think Twilight Council openers are terrible, there's definitely a prevailing thought in the community that they're just not good. That they're just not as effective as Stargate openers. And I think Stargate openers are far more versatile. I think they're stronger in terms of aggressive options. They secure third bases more easily. They make things less complicated. But what a Twilight Council opener does is it makes your opponent wonder for the rest of the series. Will my opponent go for something like this again? There it is. Roach Warren has to be canceled. Doesn't cancel this second gas. Instead, okay, he's on 2 gas mining right now. Oh, Zaun will be able to find a drone. Nice move. Doesn't see the second gas. Didn't see the Evo chamber. Did they turn on Pulsar Beam for that one larva? No. Oh, going to be a drive-by. He will get another drone, though. Actually, he's going to get quite a few more drones. That's pretty good for Zaun. 4 drones in total. Yes, yes. Now, what is Shin going to do with this extra second gas that he's gotten? I mean, he's already on 200 gas after starting +1 melee. That is quite a few depths getting set up to go across the map. Not a lot of Lings to deal with them either. Only currently 3 on the field. This is looking very uncomfortable right here for Shin. Drone's going to pull away from this. Ooh, a couple of them do get sniped. The Adepts will shade forward into a corner. Oracles drive by. Sniping a couple drones as they go. This is already looking so good for Zaun. So rough for Shin. Drones not even able to get a pulse around on these Adepts. Finally kind of pushing them away, but it's a ton of lost mining time. It's a lot of losses in terms of drones. Yeah. Is not a great start for Shin. Zaun going up to 6 gates already. Is he going to go for a big 8-gate blink all in? I think if he goes for it, it's going to be real difficult for Shin to deal with. Oh, another drone fell. I didn't even realize. Where did the 11th drone die? Not sure. That does supply block Shin, by the way. He starts up a Hydralisk then. Oh, Oracles. 7 Overlords. Oh, Shin. I mean, yeah, I guess we need him. I guess we need him real bad. There's going to be a Templar Archives coming in from Zaun before adding additional gates. Oh, okay. I was going to say, yeah, we definitely want to close that wall, and he does. Stasis traps getting dropped here. They don't last as long as they used to, but they still last a decent amount of time. Nice body blocking there to protect that one stasis. Good move from Zaun. First, well, I guess first of 3. Newest stasis trap gets triggered. The other one gets a few lings. +1 melee is done. Shin looking like he wants to hit a +1 missile timing along with this. Link not quite done, so he does lose that frontline stalker. But it's a lot of lings going down so far. Zaun trading nicely. Oh, Dropper Lord. Cool. Cool. Zaun, meanwhile, getting up towards the 4th Nexus. Robo Bay. Oh, he's going to put a Zealot in the wall. Overlord speed. Okay, are we thinking big Hydra drop energy? Big Hydra drop energy. Oh! Oh, Zaun kind of got lucky there. Was that range? Yeah, he did have range. I think that's a dead Oracle if Shin doesn't misclick on the rocks. Obviously, he's attacking him now because he's like, okay, well, I got to kill the rocks. But I think that would have been a dead Oracle, perhaps. 6 Dropper Lords. How many gases are we on? Just 4. This is going to be a lot of lings dropping into the main base. 6 Dropper Lords worth of lings. And there's a 7th one over here that's just hanging out. Just vibing. Storm is done. How many High Templar do we have? A lot. What we don't have is a ton of static defense in the main. 2nd Stargate being built before the Fleet Beacon. Well before the Fleet Beacon. That's a little bit of an oopsie. But... oh, 1 Oracle goes down. Hydra speed does complete. These Hydras looking fresh as hell with the weirdest shit on the back of their head. I don't know. Storms. Gonna be a decent one on the lings. Getting a lot of damage done. Where are the Dropper Lords? They're very late to get in here. First Storm. Oh, that's a lot of damage on those Hydras. That didn't look like it was down for long. The DPS looked very high there. Here comes the ling drop into the main base. It's not timed out well with the attack, but cannon goes down very quickly. Zealots not going to have the easiest time dealing with this. The stasis trap on the original 3rd base does get triggered very easily. High Templar do have a bit of time to reposition. Nice kill on that pylon that's powering these gates. Storm's going to try and drop on this. The range is a little bit limited. Zealots did clean up the lings. Shin is very committed to this. Oh, those storms. God, they last a long time. These Hydras are very much trapped in the corner, but all the storms have been used up. Archon a little bit cramped up onto the left. Man, the storms last forever, I tell you what. Jeez. Hydra's dying after a storm was cast hours ago. Archons and Zealots will eat some of these storms, but... this is... yeah, I think Shin's dead. I think Shin is just completely dead here. I mean, Tempests are out. Zaun's on 68 probes. He survives on 4 bases. There's no hive. No infestation pit. Shin has no choice but to keep attacking. And you know what? I don't blame him for staying in this game. Maybe Zaun makes a massive blunder. That's a big storm. That's a lot of damage on these Hydras. God, it's the radius is actually so big against these kind of attacks. Zaun does lose the High Templar, but the Zealot Warping going to be more than enough. He techs up to Tempests, but he just does not die. Yeah, Storm was actually massively buffed against this particular attack because the amount of surface area is way bigger, which means it's hitting like Whereas before it might have hit, let's say, 5 or 6 Hydras. Now it's hitting the, like, 9 or 10. And, of course, the duration being as long as it was. Storm will hurt Zealots much more. If the Zealots run into it, but that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, and Zaun is now 1 game away from qualifying. All right. Spawning up in the top left for Vitality, it is Zaun in the yeller. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right, it is Weibo Gaming Shin. He needs to dig deep and find a way to get it done. Because, yeah, games 1 and 2. Well, I mean, game 1 was honestly... Game 1 had some opportunities. Game 2... Yeah, that was not a great situation. Yeah, specifically against that kind of attack, Storm is, I would say, much, much stronger. Just because of the surface area that it hits. It is important to remember that Zaun had a good start in that game. Shin took a lot of damage from the Adepts. He took a lot of damage from the Adepts. He took a decent amount of damage from the Oracles even. And Zaun... I mean, the Ling drop came in mistimed. If Shin's attacking the front at the 4th while the Ling drop's coming in, completely different scenario. Completely different scenario. Like, maybe that Ling drop just runs amok in the main base. You know, it kills... He might kill the main base with that. That's 48 plus 1 Zerglings. Like, that's a lot of Zerglings. But as it was... It came in 20 seconds, 30 seconds too late. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, yeah, Storm has been buffed. Yeah. Welcome, DNS. Yep. There are situations, obviously, where it's worse, but that was one of the situations where it's much, much better. Probe does get killed. Shin finally getting something going his way. Oh, and a nice little wall right here against this first Adept, but... he is still going to lose a drone. It's a lot of lost mining time. Zaun really wanted that one drone. Shin fortunately saves it. But I would say, even with the loss of the probe, given the lost mining time, it's probably better for Zaun. He gets away with the Adept. He kills a drone. Forces an Evo chamber. Forces the drones to stop mining for a pretty significant amount of time. And once again, saves that Adept. Zaun, once again, just a single game away. Single game away from punching his ticket to Stellarfest main event. My little Zergy heart. You know, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'd love to see Shin make it in. But Zaun, of course, would be very deserving. He was close to qualifying on day number 1? Yeah, the Korea qualifier. But Byun actually, no, I wouldn't even say he was that close to qualifying. Zaun looked actually super shaky that day. Byun looked really locked in, though. That was nice to see. Byun, Trigger, and Clem being the players to make it so far. Hey, thank you for the raid, SW Pro. Hope you had a good stream. Hope the cannons went in your favor. Ugh, I felt dirty saying that. Nice snipe on a drone between the bases. Leaves the Oracle's Pulsar beams on for a moment and gets a second drone. Good job. Oh, I felt really dirty saying ugh. Yuck. Is this game on LAN? This game is not on LAN, but they are both on Korean server. The tournament that they're playing for will be a LAN. And tickets... The ticket page is being worked on right now, as we speak. I've been told it will go live before the tournament is done. Although, obviously, we're we're potentially very close to that. We're potentially very close to that moment. Ooh, that's a lot of lings coming in from Shin. He will get in on top of this third base. He's had a much better early game than the previous games. Oh, gonna wrap around on top of these Stalkers. They don't have Blink just yet. Energy Recharge is available. Stalkers do go down just before Blink completes. That is a really, really good start here. Oh my god, Shin just like that. All of a sudden finding life in this game. Okay. Okay, this Ling Flood came out of nowhere and kills so much. Shin is far from dead. Damn. Look at that. Where'd that come from, Shin? Big old Ling Flood. Just comes up and headbutts his opponent. Boom. Pow, right in the kisser. Pow, right in the kisser. We are going to be seeing Hydra speed. Bane speed. Do we see the +1 missile? Shin going for a lot of drones behind this. He's going to be powering hard for a big Hydraling Bane attack. Oh, interception on the Oracles. Oh, so close to the kill, but that speed was not done. So they're not able to get in position quick enough. And Zound able to get away. Good read, though, from Shin. Anticipating the Oracle movement. +1 missile on the way. Second Evo chamber. Wait a minute. Is Zound just going to try and... Or sorry, is Shin just going to try and play this one out from here in a normal situation? He's got Hydra speed on the way. No infestation pit. This has to just be a big all-in for sure. It's gotta be. Gotta be a big commitment. I mean, if he doesn't, I think it's a hugely wasted opportunity. Storm is going to be difficult to deal with. Are we going to see a Hydra drop, Ling drop maybe this time? Bane speed's completed. He doesn't have the +1 missile. Zound is fearlessly, as if he didn't lose a bunch of units in the mid-game, is fearlessly going up to that Flea Beacon. I mean, you gotta be... At this point, I think Zound should not be teching up. I think she'd be looking to survive a big attack. Oh, Zealots on the right side. They are going to get intercepted just before charge completes. Shin trying for the wraparound. Yeah, he'll do well enough. Charge kicking in literally like 0.1 seconds after the fourth Zealot dies. The last Zealot dies. There's the infestation bit coming in. Okay, Mothership. I like that. I like single Stargate Mothership. I think that's a very smart move from Zound. I don't think it's going to pan out, but I think it's the best possible choice he could make. Oh, losing 2 Oracles is obviously not great for him. Bane's trying to... Okay. Well, that was a little awkward. Probes do pull away, but storming your own mineral line is a choice. Shin did avoid it. It will be a kill on the 4th base. Hive starts up. Storms are aplenty. Banelings, as someone pointed out in the chat, quite adroitly, they do still survive with 1 HP. thanks to the split tick damage. But Storm, man, the Storms are so strong. They're so strong. Wow. Huh. Zound still has a lot of Storm energy. Bane's morphing it on the left side. There is an Observer here. Now the mothership is out, and there's no detection currently. Oh, Bane's on the ramp. Oh my god, he did. That's so much damage. That is so much damage. Ay, ay, ay. Shin, Ultralisks. Okay, that's a good tool against the Storms. Zealot run by on the left side. Oh, yeah, he's going to not go for it just yet. Microbial Shroud. Okay. Zound going to take a 4th Nexus once again. A couple Zealots here on the left side did get taken out. Adrenal Gland starts up. Will we see Hydra Lunge? I think we certainly should. Zound. Okay. This does get spotted. Important to note if it ever comes down to it, because Microbial Shroud does work against your own units as well. Hydras and Roaches will turn into melee units, technically speaking. Storms. Oh, they are going to kill a lot of these Banes before they connect on the High Templar. I mean, attacking in a Mothership Storm does not sound appealing, especially with a Time Warp. But he's canceled the 4th base once again. High Templar staying alive for the moment. Banelings do get on top of some of them. Storms are looking pretty good here. No, Shin, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. That was so many losses. Zound can blink forward on the right and snipe the remaining Hydras here if he is so inclined. That's exactly what we're going to see. Oh, doesn't get this last one. Oh, that Archon. Packing a punch. Zealot run by does get deflected. Oh, looks like there was a Zealot run by on this base. 2-1 upgrades will complete for Shin. He's on 2-2-1 on the ground. Oh, the Storms. Ha, ha, ha. 10,000 damage dealt to 5,000, just 800. Oh. Do we have any Ultras on the field? Yes, we do. We got 4. We got Chitinous Plating on the way. Do we have Microbial Shroud and any Infestors? Microbial Shroud is done. No Infestors made, though. Now, there's only like 1 Immortal. Big Link counterattack. The fact that they all survive with 1 HP is big. They get the kill on this base. Kill, no cancel. And it's going to be a lot of probes going down. Zound is super broke, but he is maxed out. He's got a big army. No Infestors being added in. Oh, that's so many Zealots on the left side. Zound doesn't have a whole lot to deal with Ultras. Even though they don't have their Chitinous Plating yet, it will complete just now. Time Warp will come through. Storms are so freaking good, man. Lings. Well, they're going to wrap around on the backside of the army. Is there enough to deal with the Tempest? He's barely got any anti-air despite the Corruptors. Mothership barely going to fall to Queens with +2 missile. Drones are falling everywhere. Did Zound just do this? He's going to kill a base. More Tempest coming in. There wasn't enough anti-air to deal with the Tempest initially. Zealot's going to try and get this base here. Good target fire on the Corruptors from that one. He's going to be able to kill this base with 1 more volley. Immortal on a bad rally. Zound is on just 3 bases. But he recalls out the majority of the Tempest. Immortal on a bad rally. Tempest on a very awkward rally as well, but he wasn't anticipating necessarily losing this position. Oh, boy. Shin can sit at home. He doesn't have to attack. His opponent is on 3 bases and is getting incredibly close to mining out. But I really didn't think it was going to be this close to Shin dying. Now, once again, Microbial Shroud, he invested into it. Didn't make an infestor for that fight. Would have been very handy having some infestors. Oh, he's got to be careful here. There's not a lot of ultras. Archons are a problem. Getting a kill on this base, which he does, and it's no cancel. This is so expensive right now. Oh, ooh, we do not want to take this fight. Oh, God, that was a big storm again. Stormageddon. Drones getting hit on the Zealot run by once again. Oh, Ling's looking for a counterattack once more. They do have Adrenal Glands and 2-1 upgrades. They pack a mighty punch, but does he have enough to defend? I'm not so sure. This is so many Archons. His army is very much trapped. Banes are going to be almost completely ineffective here. Feedback comes through very, very late. Lings will come back home. The Archons are spread. That's a big problem, but the storm on the Lings is devastating. Tempest goes down. I think Zaun's got him. Can Microbial Shroud bail out Shin in this one? I don't think so. There's so many Archons left. All right, it's going to be one last-ditch effort. There's a Microbial Shroud. It will make these Ultras very, very tanky. But there's only one of them. GG is called, and Zaun punches his ticket. He is the final player to qualify into Stellarfest. The leading four, joining Bjorn, Clem, Trigger, and now Zaun. Yeah, we really had to think about that one. Very well done by Zaun. I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble. Congratulations to Zaun. Congratulations to Zaun. Yeah, Storm is not weaker. Storm is way stronger than before. Way, way, way stronger. Yeah, no, Zaun played very well. Very well. But Storm is absolutely much, much stronger. I think that there's obvious... Oof. Yeah, that was... Yeah, well done by Zaun. Well done by Zaun. Well done by Zaun. We'll leave it at that. Yes, exactly. There are 8 more spots up for grab for the LAN. Let's take a look at... Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. How does the roster be filled up? It is a LAN qualifier. It is a LAN qualifier. So top 8 in the LAN itself will make it into the main event. We'll take a look at the website. Bum, 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 bum. Do 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 do. Bum bum. Bum ba-dum. Do do do. All right, let's take a look at the page. Honestly, very well done by Zone. Very, very well done by Zone. I really don't want it to seem like I'm taking away taking anything away from the players. I was truly not expecting that. Truly. Given how the game was shaping up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for like... Even if Shin wins that game, I think it's probably still going to be Zaun qualifying. But yeah, that was a surprise. That was a surprise. If you're lucky, 8 people turn up and you're in. I think we're going to see more than 8 people sign up. But if that convinces you to check it out, by all means. Okay, we are just going to give a couple minutes then. Should be very soon. Very soon. I've been told 1 to 2 minutes. Cyril will still win. Cyril's not coming to this. Cyril will not be coming to this one. Yes, that is going to be happening, Samuel. Does Rainer still play? He does, in fact. He's quite good at the game. He's quite good at the game. I think it's going to be a great event. It's going to be an awesome event. It's going to be an awesome event. But yeah, for now, let's just let's explore the webpage. Do. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so there will be a LAN taking place. It's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be the 4th to 9th. Got the merch page. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, this is it's very cool. There's going to be a lot of players coming. I know Mixu is intending to come. I think a lot of players that are going to the events in Philadelphia, SC for all. It's going to be very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, you can take a look at... Oh. Okay, there we go. Cool. Awesome. Events page, ticket page is officially live. Does the link work on the website? Or should we just... Oh, wait, where's the... Okay, there we go. Oh, home. Steadfast. There we go. So here's the Maryvale 8. Is this... Okay, no, it doesn't work. But that's okay. I'm sure that this will work soon, regardless. We've got the actual page ready to go. Take a look in a moment. We will link up the Eventbrite. Hey, welcome, Christopher Fista. Do you know if there will be further patches in the future? Secret nerf to Ghost in SE2 final patch? No, there will almost certainly be more patches in the future, I would expect. All right, so if you want to get your booty to the event, tickets are now available. It is Ottawa. Obviously, we already have the online qualifiers. Offline event, November 4th to 6th. For the first LAN, top 8 from the LAN qualifies. It's a $5,000 prize pool, once again. Top 5, or top 8, qualifies into Constellation Cup. $15,000 CAD, which is approximately $10.8 thousand USD. By the way, if you guys watched TSL 9, you might have noticed that the production value was absolutely fucking sick. Because these guys know their shit. They really do. They really do. Compete and cast? Possibly. But most likely just cast. Highly likely just cast. Basically guaranteed just cast. We got a whole bunch of FAQs. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Bum, bum. Bum, ba-dum. Oh, okay. Got a bunch of people, Steadfast holdout challenge at the Maryvale 8. I mean, maybe, but chances are it'll be a, can Steadfast hold out against the swarm of enemy players? And also, I just want to say, if you're in the chat saying that I can't take, like, I can't say that I think Storm is too strong, but that Zaun also deserved to win, screw you. I can absolutely say that. I can say that Storm is too strong, and I can say that Zaun deserved to win. They can both be true. This is like the first game I'm seeing of this exact thing. So, like, it's a little shocking to me. It's surprising. I'm allowed to be a human being. For one, it's quite literally commentary. It is commentary on the game. Versus the leading 4 hauled out challenge. Whichever star kills you faster. Ah, that works. That works. Trigger was looking very good with the holdout challenge. That was super fun. That was super, super fun. Bum, 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 ba-da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Steadfast and the boys versus Canada. Hey, I was with you on that one, Psycode. I didn't think Storm needed to change either. Seemed a little off versus Zaun, maybe in his own head. I mean, it was a long, grueling series that he played against Spirit. Zaun got to rest. He got to chill. 3 Protoss and beyond on the offline will be fire. Well, it's... I'm pretty sure Clem is... Actually, will Clem play Protoss? Will he play Protoss versus... He probably would. Probably would play Protoss versus Beyond. I'm really interested to see Trigger versus Clem on LAN. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think Storm needed to be changed. And I think it was a mistake. I have never, ever said that I think Protoss... Also, yeah, screw you guys in the chat, actually. Screw you, Pathosum. Screw you, Oz Protoss. I said, when the first iteration of Storm came out, the bugged version, I said if this made it to live patch, this would gut Protoss. I didn't celebrate it. I didn't say it should go through. I even went so far as to say this, I was guaranteeing that this wouldn't go through in its current form. I was certain of that. And I was right. So how dare you? How dare you sit here and pretend like I'm not trying to advocate for a fair and balanced game? How fucking dare you? Rant over. Storm was only a problem due to energy overcharge? Exactly. Exactly. And they fixed energy overcharge, I think. Rabble, 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 rabble. All right, who are we gonna raid? On that on that inspiring send off. We can ban Gary. Storm wasn't used before energy overcharge. Yeah, but there's still energy overcharge. Like, all right, who are we gonna raid? On that positive note, yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I'm like the be-all, end-all, that I'm perfect by any means. But I make a real concerted effort to be as fair as possible. As fair as possible. We could raid up Balmy. Still wait for the Richard 3 sub goal. Roddy is playing... Roddy is playing Mechabellum. I mean, we could raid Mechabellum. Is there anyone you want... Bruno, is there anyone you have in mind? You have in mind. I know you said you don't really care last time, but... There's got to be a toss online streaming some storms. Heh. Heh heh heh. Heh heh heh. I don't think Bolmy plays very much Storm. Actually, does he now? I don't know. I think a lot of Protoss are going to be playing Storm. We need to see more Storms. No, Bolmy's not... Yeah, Bolmy, I'm totally fine with raiding Bolmy. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bully? All right, we'll raid up Bully. Cool, cool, cool. I'm good with that. All right, before we send it off, once again, congratulations to Down. First and foremost, I'm not... the intention is not to take anything away from him. Not at all. And I'm sure that it did come off that way. But once, like, this is my first time seeing a ZVP at this level. Obviously, we didn't really get a chance to see, like, the energy overcharge. How very dare you. Yeah. No, that's it. If you want to support, you know all the ways to do it. If you got a free Twitch Prime, that'd be cool. Other than that, I do love you all. Even the ones that think I'm incredibly biased. What else? When are we back? We'll be back Monday. Monday Night Weeklies are back once again this week. In just 2 weeks' time? Less than 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time? 2 weeks' time is Vegas. Safe House 2. I'll be heading there for Zombie Grubs tournament. That's going to be a lot of fun. Is that... Yes, the 18th is 14 days from now. Yes, 18th, 19th. There'll be some fun content there. Going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be on Zombie Grub stream. Obviously, I'll be streaming a bunch before then. Yeah. First time seeing Protoss actually hold a 4-base Zerg all in? No, but first time seeing the Storms do that much damage. Yeah. Rather biased than opinionless. I mean, someone made a really good point on Reddit. Even if Storm is overtuned, even if Stuff needs to get reverted, which or changed or adjusted, whatever the hell it ends up being. There's going to be some cool stuff. One, because we'll probably continue to get some updates, which is amazing news. Two, people are talking about the game again. Twitch viewership is up a little bit. People are excited. Our blood is up. Mine is way up. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. All right. Other than that, bye-bye. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Noon Eastern time, 6 p.m. Central time in Europe on Monday. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow, but maybe. Zombie Grub is having the qualifier today for Safe House 2. That is happening in like an hour and 45 minutes, but I think I need rest. My voice has been strained. It's actually not bad right now, but I don't want to turn into cigarette chewing tasteless during his very strained vocal cords days. Yeah, other than that, buy your tickets for Steadfast 2025. I'll be there. Some more casters will be announced soon. Mwah.